And we are back. I don't know what's happening. The it's reconnected and all that stuff, and I just made a lot of work for myself later on that I don't want to do. So if you're listening to this in the future, not immediately after this episode or this live stream ends, as usual, it's because I'm tired and I wasn't looking to edit this podcast today. Dave, we were talking about Joe Biden, and I don't know where we got cut off or what the people have heard, but they had a chance to take a nap, just like, we gave them the real experience of listening to this speech last night. Just gave them a lot of pauses, a lot of breaks, and a lot of time to just mellow out.
Yeah, classic Biden.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, you were on a rant there at the end about I think it was on the topic of this being the same thing as always. Do you remember what you're saying? Do you want to pick up?
Yeah, I mean, it was more of these are always like the State of the Union is the art of saying many words while not saying anything at all. Like that's politics, and that's what Joe Biden does. There was a steamy kiss between the first lady and the second gentleman, like full on.
Really?
Big
I did not see that. No.
Oh, the memes are coming out. It was hot. Yeah, I recommend checking that out.
There's already a certain kind of parody out there on the internet, I'm sure. Who is calling right now? Why is Sharon calling? What is happening? What's this day? On? All right, fine.
Better get the phone.
Fine, Sharon. 1 second. Let me just fuck up everything for us. Even more than it already was. Hi, Sharon's torso. How are you?
Hey, Daniel. Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well, except I can hear myself echoing back through yours.
Is it me?
Yeah. Is it playing on your computer or something?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do? Oh, I got you. Hold on.
We're talking about Joe
Mute
Biden.
Me. I don't know where we got cut off.
This is a epic shit show.
Whoa.
Benzo Barbie says, not off to a great start, my guy. Yeah, I know. I thank you for acknowledging the obvious there. And Sharon's gone now, so that's cool. Dave, how have you been?
I've been killing it, bro. I'm having a great time so far. I like when people can see, the fourth wall breakdown and can see the makeshift
cool
operation.
With it. I was tired. I needed something to wake me up today, and this is waking me up, so it's all good. Fuck Joe Biden's speech. It was absolute bluster, and it means absolutely nothing to anybody anywhere. Did he even address the Chinese spy balloon that everybody's been talking about for the last week? Did that even come up? Do you know?
Not in the first hour and 10, 15 minutes or so, man. I'm telling you, he was talking about luggage on airplanes and how it pisses him off when you can't sit with your family on airplanes and it costs you more money. And I
hate that.
Toll roads or whatever. Like, I don't know what he was
infrastructure
about,
and
late fees on banks. By the way, we've talked about this before. He is the quintessential Delawarean. We only have banks here. It's all banks. He loves banks. Yeah. He doesn't care about late fees. He made their late fees.
I'm sorry. We're getting a call from fucking Jack Casey. Because why not, Jack?
Yeah.
Hi, Jack. You've muted yourself, but that's probably for the best.
Listen, we're all having technical difficulties.
I need to change the call-in link for this show because apparently you guys that I've given it to in the past are going to abuse it. I can't get you to call in on the call line, but you'll just randomly pop in video. That's cool. As if I didn't spend enough time with you already last night, Jack. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, yes. Yes. We're all recovering from that.
Steamy details, though.
Jack was the reason why I was up till 4 a.m. Don't ask. Don't tell. So yeah, Jack, did you watch the State of the Union address?
I did not. I wanted to hear about it. I wanted to remain chaste and a virgin, and to have you show me, take me on the journey.
I'm not going to. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time, your time. It's not worth anybody's time. Instead, we're going to talk about something more important, like should brain-dead women be kept alive and used as surrogates? expert floats idea of organ donor style arrangement so women can agree to letting their body be used to give childless couples a chance at having a baby.
Oh.
So that's the entire article in the headline, I believe. And Jack is still here. He just doesn't matter enough to have a screen. But yeah, so ladies who are brain dead, like Sharon. Sorry, Sharon. Ladies who are brain dead, not like Sharon. Their bodies are going to be used as birthing chambers for children. I mean, the libertarian in me wants to applaud it, but the human in me kind of disagrees.
I gotta say, this is nice. They should add it in Canada. Like, just put it on that, like next to the check that says, "Do you want to just off yourself now? Because if life is getting hard and you can't pay your bills, we have this program where you can just kill yourself. Or if your reproductive organs still work, you can sign up for this program. Well, we'll just put you out of your misery, but we can still use your goods."
Yeah,
it's everybody's really in touch with their humanity here. Feeling good about it.
Yeah, I mean, ingenuity at its finest, and trust the science and all that. But it's a little bit Orwellian, I feel. It's a little bit too on the nose. And why aren't the feminists outraged about things like this? Is it because they are taking control of their dead bodies at this point, or they've been
my body,
convinced,
my choice, bro.
They've been convinced by men who want to impregnate their dead bodies. Also, what's the process? What's the process?
It's got necro in front of it somewhere. Necro. Yeah, that's not good.
What's the male version of this too? Like, if we're just comatose and it's like, listen, you know what to do. It's there. You just grab that thing. You got to do what you got to do.
It's ingrained within you. Yes. And now it's ingrained within her. So we are supposed to be talking about important things, and I love that probably a lot of people are showing up to hear us talk about like very controversial, like big stressful stuff within the Libertarian Party. But you know what? You guys need to smoke a bowl and chill, because there are fine people on both sides, and it needs to be discussed. Only half of them are Nazis, but they're cool. They're cool. So let's talk about something of greater importance than war, which is this video, which isn't going to play because it's today.
Making a mock her. But I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I am fucking tired of TERFs making a mockery of real women. Oh, what? You were born with ovaries? You bleed every month? You have XX chromosomes? Yeah, that's cute. Tell me what other external factor that doesn't apply to all of you defines you. At the end of the day, you're out here thinking that trans women are making a mockery of you when it's the exact opposite. You are pretending that you know that you are a woman when the only people here who know that for sure are the ones who have put in the work to understand themselves. The trans women. You have put zero work into actually understanding yourself. You are only a woman because everybody else around you looked at the same external factors that you look at and said, seems like woman behavior to me. And you went, all right. The only person making a mockery of womanhood is...
Hey guys, guess what?
Who's calling?
Fucking CD is calling, and Jack Casey is calling. You know what? Fuck the news today, guys. I guess y'all had a different agenda, and we're getting ambushed. I can't tell where people are here. 1 second. This is just a mess, but I love it. And
I am not alone. I was but a harbinger.
If you guys weren't so delightfully awful, I might be annoyed, but I'm not at all because I didn't feel like talking about the news today. CD, you're here just in time to answer one very specific question. Why are you? Why haven't you tried to be a woman as hard as trans women have?
That's how you say hello?
Hi, CD.
Hello? Sure.
That's the introduction you deserve when you interrupt my show.
Fine. For your birthday.
Hey, Dan! Happy fucking birthday from all of us ambushers.
CD, I'm digging the emo getup.
Dude, it wasn't just a phase. party.
Yo, these are your people, dude. They insisted on crashing this show and making it about your birthday, which I thought was a great idea. And,
Raging against the Dan machine or whatever.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, bro. 35. You can actually run for president now.
I could hypothetically, and it's all a hypothetical until I say that I am running for president now.
Bro, I'm a queef in the wind. I'll vote for anybody. Just you tell me. You know, I'm here for the grift. So you tell me when it's on.
Disabling your live stream. Well, yeah, there she is. We're just a clown car of like an emo clown car rolling in.
Anarchy.
We just keep coming
God
out.
bless anarchy.
Dan, we wanted to wish you happy birthday, and we've been plotting this for days. And
Gross.
I didn't think our laser beam to disable your stream to have a peaceful takeover of your podcast was going to work.
They got him. Oh
no.
Not the Jews. Somebody else got him. Whoever they is got him. Because he was talking about the lasers. So, thank you. This is very. I mean, is it nice? Is it nice? I'm not sure.
Nice.
I guess.
Nice.
The China balloon
I like it.
should have been red, not white. So we fixed that.
They made it.
So we fix that. And look, there's an alien. Look, this is your party. We just wanted to throw you a digital party for your real birthday.
Yep.
I love it.
And so everyone, just so you know that Dan's birthday was Sunday, February 5th. So go ahead and put that in your calendar for next year so you can send him gifts. And we decided as of last week that you needed this party for us to give it to you. So here we are.
Yep.
And then we decided it would be super emo since you are our favorite elder emo. And
the best part about it is that you're doing it on what people are tuning in for, a serious conversation about liberty drama, and fuck that shit. Let's have a party.
For the record,
We're here to make it about you, at least for
Yes.
5 or 10 minutes.
I just want to know
Yes.
how much prep time did you do for this show? How much did you
Yes.
put in for this show?
30 minutes. Like the least amount I possibly could get away with, because Jack kept me up all night.
We were really hoping you would have worked really hard on this episode just so we could.
It was still going to be
Derail
good.
it.
It was still going to be good.
Operation Disorient and Confuse Dan was multiple steps. I kept you up all night, I guess. That was step 1. And then,
Well, what
and
were
then
you
Nice.
step 2.
doing?
Don't worry
What
about
were
it,
you
Sharon.
doing?
Don't kink shame. Shut up.
Dan, did you get my text message?
I don't. Maybe.
And
now.
if you did, can you put that on the screen? Yeah, I want to show everybody this picture.
Oh, oh my God.
That is-
Oh, yes. I know what he's talking about. Put it on screen.
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna have
It
to.
made- it
I'm
made
gonna have
me
to
really
airdrop
happy.
it. My
Dan,
God.
our group chat wasn't the best this week. It was actually our group chat without you.
I see how it is.
really-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You just drop in to share with me all your woes, and then you go and chat about the fun stuff somewhere else. That's cool.
About a party for you.
Yes.
It's about
what?
emo shit, first of all. That's so
I
emo,
was gonna
first
do
of all.
that.
Oh, you guys are over there. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'm dead
Hashtag spirit
inside.
cooking.
We see. Jack looks just gorgeous.
Jack looks like he's N64 golden eyed out. I'm sorry, that's the best picture I could get for you.
Yeah, he has no top to his head. Dave looks like he's in the Black Eyed Peas or something.
I actually took that photo of myself like for this picture.
The gals look
Really,
great.
really ominous.
The girls
Yeah.
look good.
The girls look
That
good.
works great.
I look
Not
I
a
look
deep
better.
fake of me, for the love of God.
Yeah,
Don't.
Dan looks the best.
Don't.
At least I can say I
Thank
was
you.
a platinum blonde.
Yeah, right?
I like it.
Yes, so Dave made that for us, which I thought was
Thanks, Dave, you
Pretty
motherfucker.
You're welcome, buddy.
Hey, Dave, did you do a new thumbnail or no?
No, I did not have time to make a new thumbnail.
Okay.
You mean no? Put that on a thumbnail. Share that around as much as you can. I want people to see that.
Thank you, Dave, for, by the way, playing it cool and like being able to maintain cool.
Somebody is calling.
I wasn't worried, but I was like,
no problem, buddy.
Someone's calling. Shh.
Hold on. I don't,
do we have
sorry,
more?
call back in a bit. I don't even remember how to do this at this point. This is just a fucking mess.
No, bring him on. Bring him on. Let's get through more chaos.
Yeah, let's go.
It'll probably kick you guys into the green room or whatever.
That's okay.
I don't remember where the stupid thing is at this
Shannon,
point.
look at the back.
Oh yeah, it'll mute you guys if I bring somebody in. Let me go back. Wow. Yeah.
We told people to call because they never call in, but they're gonna call today because of us. So.
God bless anarchy and taking human action or whatever. Being really retarded and awesome.
Take retarded action.
That's our
new one.
You guys need to work
Put that
better
on the
with
shirt,
your
Dave
saying
Casey,
the
right
word.
now.
What?
Stop saying the word. Find another word.
No. Put your yoga pants on before you bitch about it.
I wore yoga pants yesterday, and can we get all the guys in the Liberty circles to sport like DL like?
Yeah, I'm gay now because of DL.
No.
That was hot.
I would just like to say, I just hope that DL photo is the nail. We can just move on now.
She's gonna thrive. I'm telling you. For a while in her
Only
own
if you
little
let her.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
I don't. I blocked her on
we
one
should
of my
be
accounts.
ignoring her, but it's hard to ignore her.
Yeah.
It's so
It's hard.
hard.
It's hard to
And
ignore.
People underestimate the yoga pants too, or they say that she's not hot or something. It's like that's not the critique. Those yoga pants.
Yeah,
are
no one
great.
said not.
Right? Yeah, I'm saying like don't play that game. You have to, but you have to say we don't care that you're hot. That like we're gonna separate that from the mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're either here
But let's
because
not
you're
front.
hot and you want to be a hot chick and you want hot chick attention, or you're here because you're trying to use your looks to advocate to people, which that's fine. That's called an influencer, and I'm all for that. Or you're.
Yeah.
Oh, did we? Oh, who's calling in? Can you share?
I don't know who's running this show.
Dan?
This is somebody else's problem now.
Dan?
Wait, did our takeover get taken over?
Dan, you're talking about my presentation for you, which this tracks. I didn't do it, so I owe you, but it was going to be from my Trapper Keeper.
What? You have a presentation? I'm confused.
I had notes. You would be proud, but
I'm not sure if that's true.
No, you wouldn't.
I might be a little bit unnerved, but I do want to see. I'm curious.
Look, I actually did notes.
Is there a PowerPoint, slides and all?
Well, I was, I have a Mac Pro. What the fuck is this called? Mac Pro, Book Pro, whatever.
Winebox Pro.
Things, but I wanted to kick it old school and be really emo and do everything the hard way, since Amazon was Amazon and didn't deliver what I needed them to deliver on time. So
what was the presentation? I'm very confused.
Dan, this is still your ship, kind of, sorta, or like that meme, that character.
Like, look at us, we are the captain now.
It's Captain Jack.
Look at this.
Tweet out that picture, please. The one that Casey made. Can you print? Can you print?
You're gonna have to be more specific. There's a couple of Caseys here, but yeah.
There's two here.
The red one.
The red Casey? He's not that red.
Which Casey? Sweet Casey, dumbass.
Thank you. And dogs, because why not?
Oh, both of my kids are home, so it's gonna be fun.
Who brought their dogs and kids to a birthday party? Well, are you? I'm not sure what happens now. I don't know where this goes.
Listen. I mean, I guess you get to decide how to proceed with episode, but also but we have things to say too.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't mind.
Let's be quick. We'll be quick.
Well, I have no idea what's going on. So if you have if there's more to this, I'm here for it. I just don't know what.
Dana had more to say. Shannon, do you have a plan?
Go ahead.
This is all
Mr.
news to me,
Wordsmith.
quite frankly. Yes, thanks. What?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Well, you
so
get to decide. Oh, okay.
do you think that your year last year was like the most productive that you've had to date?
Yes.
Okay. So what was your biggest accomplishment? Besides being a dad, because you're
I didn't know there was going to be a pop
Interview you for your
quiz.
birthday.
Jeez.
Yep.
Hey, happy birthday. This is a job application.
Well,
What are your
no.
strengths and weaknesses? Happy birthday. So
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? No.
Oh,
We're gonna, like, what
we're
was
all going to be
your-
dead in
what
5
was-
years, let's be honest.
What was your favorite project that you did that wasn't like normie related?
Oh, the
Kaufman.
yeah, the Kaufman campaign as like a big thing. It was the Kaufman campaign because that was like the most amount of fun that I've had in this space so far. But yeah, making the Dave Smith Ron Paul video going into Reno was like the biggest honor, obviously, and having Ron Paul in the room as it's being aired in front of people was like, quite fun, and that will be a memory that will last forever. And shout out to Chris, what's his name, Dave, who took the video.
Chris Velrath.
Chris Velrath, who took the video of Ron Paul's reaction during it. I'm not sharing it. That's just for me. He can share it if he wants to. That's mine because I was
come
filming
you haven't-
everybody
I
because
feel
I'm
a
not
little-
sharing it. I was very
We're
clear
not-
on that.
That's not okay. Because I did note this for you, and you know how hard that is, like in my everyday. So
I should actually take that video and turn it into like make Ron Paul a YouTuber and make it like Ron Paul reacts, and then have the video playing, and then his reaction is the reaction of an old man. It's not that interesting to anybody other than me because I made the video, but making a reaction video where old Ron Paul is just kind of sitting there like, and that's his reaction.
I approve.
Nod. I like it.
I approve.
Dave, are you going to the rally or no?
I will be there.
Okay.
Nice.
Are you gonna get?
Nice.
to see
No, you know
Mr.
what? No, Ron Paul's going to a peace rally, the first peace rally that the Libertarian Party has ever been a part of. But I'm just not feeling it. I don't know.
Have you heard that Ron Paul's a racist though?
I've heard about my newsletters. Sure.
Pro Putin
Can
and
I say
everything.
this as like a like a former Republican, and I'm a libertarian, whatever. I've always been liberty leaning, but like some of the people are reading out over the stupidest things. Like I feel like since we're in the moment, we don't realize that we're in the thick of it. If it was like 5 years ago, or if we were studying this, what was going on right now, we would realize like, oh, that was pretty dope that we were able to get all these people who don't really agree and see eye to eye come together. Yes, there's always going to be bad actors. You can't, there's bad actors and you don't even know who they are. You're standing next to them on a regular basis. Why not use this moment? Get up there and be like, you know what? This guy's a piece of shit. Don't listen to him. Whatever. Like, speak your mind. Go there and do what you want to do. But like, you can't be like, oh my gosh, we have to like pull out. And I just feel like if it was us looking back at this moment and we were like, wow, that was pretty cool. Like that had to have stuck because of whatever reason, but they got their point across. But because we're in the thick of it, just like freaking COVID, we were like right in, in real time. We don't understand, we're just going through the motions, and then we're going to see like the results and like after, and everybody can, Monday quarterback it, whatever, and do that. But I feel like, it's amazing that Dr. Paul is going. I feel like anyone that's going to go, you should go. And just, if you get up there, speak your mind. But the whole like, oh, we need to, we shouldn't be associated with these people. I donated to the fund and I bought a shirt. Like, am I happy that, there's certain people speaking? No, but like, you guys just need to get over it. Like, I feel like this is why libertarians don't advance. It's just like you guys are sitting here like whining and crying, and just like fucking grow a pair. Like, God.
Definitely some of the
Hold,
reasons.
wait.
You're
No.
right.
Don't say anything. We're just gonna cut it there, and that's going to be the episode rant on on this topic that everybody showed up for, and it just happened.
Nailed it.
Thank you
Nailed
guys.
it.
Thank you guys for
Thanks,
coming,
guys.
and we'll talk to you
Y'all
next
were
week.
quick.
Till next time, question everything. No.
No,
So,
no.
j-
But,
j-
so
hold
what
on.
I was
J-
gonna
j-
ask-
just to
Blame me on that
preface, like, first off, are we done with the application interview before we
No.
jump into this?
We're
Okay.
not.
If you have more questions, we're probably
We
bugging
just
the
wanted to
shit out of
celebrate
people.
your birth year of from last to
Just
this,
putting the
and
glasses
just
on.
say
So
we're
can I
so
just
proud
share
of
some
you,
my
and there's a
favorites
lot of
real
cool
quick?
things going on.
Look, and
Yeah,
remember,
go ahead.
just picture them printed off in my Trapper Keeper.
Okay. I will imagine it.
The word Trapper Keeper
So-
is
The Delaware
perfect.
and the Will Saga, that's part of my top 20. You know, we were
Nice.
kind of doing a top 20. So that was great. And I was proud of you for actually being, you know, not that biased, and you were being fair and very serious. And it was hard to watch you to be serious, but it
And
was
Dave
it
Casey's
was a
still an
really-
asshole.
He,
He
is
always
still an
was.
asshole.
Before,
That's
during,
why
and
he-
after, up till today. He is an asshole.
I'm sure you have more words for him, but you can share
Mhm.
those with him later.
I will.
Your speech in Delaware, was it Delaware where you dunked on Nutter?
Yes.
Awesome.
That was awesome because I'm sure your strength, or you don't feel like you like to public speak very much. So that was pretty kick ass. And you kind of staged him. All your music videos.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Yeah, you hear that? Hold on. Let's linger on that for a minute. Fuck Adam Nutter. I love you,
I'm gonna
Adam.
stop. See, I'm not going to number 3. I'm done.
I was yelling at Adam, not you.
No, but be nice to Nutter. He just got his shit back. When
You can't praise me for calling out Adam and then chastise me for calling out Adam at my own birthday party. Jeez.
That was too far. You took it one step too far, dude.
Too far.
Stop being 34. You're 35 now. So, all your music videos, we'll just clump them together.
I love you.
Go on, silly woman.
So yeah, the Swampcast, our Swampcast here in Florida. Florida loves you. You know you're gonna end up here eventually when you retire. You love the cemeteries here, and you're gonna join us.
Are you saying I'm gonna die? I'm gonna retire and enjoy the Florida cemeteries.
Little L
Shoot
calls
music
them,
videos and cemeteries.
Little L calls them dead people dead people gardens is what
Oh,
Little
I
L
love
calls
that. I love that.
It's lots of fun. The New Hampshire ads, you've already, that was kind of like I did number 5 on that one, but that's fine. Your Pork Fest recap, that was pretty cool. How long did that take?
I don't know.
Give me
a couple of half a week, maybe. To
So
edit?
when you do a project,
Wrong answer. Take a point
Like
out.
forever. It took me forever. I don't like the thing is I start and stop projects a lot, so it's hard to know exactly how long it took because it might take 5 weeks, but I actually only put in half a week's worth of work into it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Your Tom McDonald interview again. You keep scoring that man. And
Now I've got you guys all on, so I'm stepping it up.
The
Libertarian
fucking
Illuminati.
Libertarian Illuminati is what I believe Tom McDonald has coined you. Josh Porter, is it Porter? I don't want to get his name wrong.
Yes.
I think he was he was amazing on your show, but I feel like he was put in your life for a reason, and you shared it with us. Like, what is it, like a God wink or something? I don't know. I'm not going to get very, this is going to be the extent of like the whole Jesus stuff, but like, I'm going to read his book. He was pretty cool. I feel like, I don't know, like, what was your takeaway from Josh Porter, Dan? Like, when you read his book yet?
Did I read his book? Yes, I've read his book. Yeah. Yeah, I did. There's a lot. That's a very large answer.
Just one. Well, okay,
mostly just the honesty of it in the spiritual conversation. Just his honesty to point out the issues with not only the deconstruction movement, but also what led to the deconstruction movement in the Christian modern Western culture that is pushing youth down this road of being like, no, fuck that shit. It's not real. And I think he makes it real in his own weird, unique way. So I respect him for it.
I agree.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
One more, like your canceling of like Dave Smith. That was great. You've got a knack for canceling people. So
I've got at least 4 more in mind today. All of a sudden.
He's like Batman on the Justice League. Like he has a backup plan to kill all the other members just in case. Like he's got preloaded. Like
just in case. There's a kill switch. Yeah.
To destroy each person.
It's fun. You should do it more often. But I don't know. I think that's it for me. Again, you had to a picture like that, and then more in my Trapper Keeper. So
thank you.
But
I appreciate it.
One.
And it's like it's awkward opening gifts in front of like your family because you're like, I don't know how to react to this. Now it's like, hey, you got ambushed on your live stream by very nice people in front of a live audience. I'm cool with it. Growth. It's hashtag growth.
It's like we gave you a gift, but then we stepped out of the gift and we're like, we're the gift. And then we just want to tell you we love you. And then, or we all came out of a cake or something.
Yes.
But you.
Jack was the stripper, obviously.
Yeah, this is where I'm going with it.
A black cake. An emo cake.
Oh,
the blackest of emo.
I didn't know where you were going with that with the black. Could have gone a different way, but emo makes sense. Yeah.
Big black.
Big black cake.
Big black cake.
Hashtag big black cake, y'all.
Oh my god.
Dear chats,
well, that should probably be the name of the birthday episode. The big black cake.
Big black cake.
Dear chat members, you are not entitled to my time. You might hear us talk about the thing that you're here for, but you know what? Go make your own opinions. Let's talk about me some more.
I mean, we can get back to this stuff whenever you want.
I don't care.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just hanging out with the cool band in the back. So just mute me and you go on. I'm just sitting here.
He's on vacation.
Dan, I was also going to bring a balloon also, but I decided to actually like send this huge one over the country, and it was I don't know.
That was you? I thought that was China.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing. It kind of spiraled out of hand. I just wanted it to say, I forgot to put "Happy Birthday, Dan" on the balloon. It's a whole thing. They shut it down.
You probably should have warned me when it was over my house. I mean, it made it all the way across the country without.
It missed. Yeah, it just kept going. I was like, wait, crap, this is going so wrong.
I mean, they just shot it down over the ocean because they're like, yeah, you got what you came for. Now it's time to go home. And
I know.
Yes, good job. You shot it down when it was done. And where was it going to go after that? Like, they probably would have crashed it after that on their own if we didn't shoot it down. But. We can intersperse the news into our conversation.
Listen,
here.
We all know that was the International Space Station. Okay, it accidentally floated back down on the balloon. They were scrambling. They were like, "Crap!" They're going to figure out that they're not really in space.
It took them a week. It took them a week to evacuate everybody off the space station into the ocean. That's why they had to wait till the ocean so nobody would see. And then they shot down the International Space Station. # real news.
Yo, I got bad news for you guys. I saw they put out a video the other day of a couple of moons flying by Jupiter. So, I don't know what to say about that, except, there might be...
Dave, that's no moon. That's a space station.
Those are balloons. Maybe the moons are balloons.
They look round as a motherfucker.
They're balloons.
There's a shit ton of them. I don't know if you saw that, Dave, but there's like a shit ton of them. Like, I said, how did we only have one moon and Jupiter has a literal... shit ton.
Yeah.
It makes no logical sense, some might say.
It does not. It doesn't. I know.
Well, we only have one because Jupiter isn't flat.
Exactly. I mean, that's literally the first thought I had.
That one. So not all planets are flat, just ours.
No, the other planets are fake.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this, Dave. We're not.
That's for another episode.
I really would love to go there.
I'm sorry for bringing it up, but
he doesn't want the 7-year-old to call in. She's asked to call in, so
She's welcome
Oh.
anytime if she's down for the abuse.
Yeah, is this kind of child abuse?
I mean, I think showing the show to your child is child abuse, but who am I to judge? I'm a libertarian.
She doesn't watch it. She only hears like when
she only listens to it, so it's better
for the articles.
For the articles, yeah.
I just listen for the articles.
So let's talk about the libertarian thing while you guys are here. You guys can stay or go as you please. I'm not going to kick you out. You guys are awesome, and I love you. And thank you so much for this. This is very... So there's Rage Against the War Machine. For the people that aren't familiar, Rage Against the War Machine is this coalitioning rally where the People's Party and the Libertarian Party have kind of worked together to set up this anti-war rally in Washington, D.C. on the King's doorstep. And it's going to be a big deal. There's going to be Jimmy Dore and Scott Horton and Daniel McAdams and who else? There's at least one that I'm forgetting. Ron Paul's on now, but great. I mean, people from all the different walks. I know you lefties that are mad at me on Twitter think that Jimmy Dore is a Republican too and Scott Horton's a Republican and all that. That's fine. You can think that, but again, you're not entitled to my time, so I don't care to argue with you about the obvious. I think I put out my statement yesterday, like the whole thing. So the controversy is we find out that some of these people have accusations of or one guy has public accusations of wrongdoings against a child or a minor, or he was entrapped by the feds. Either way, it sounds like the story is he agreed to, or no, he was on like a sex dating chat site or whatever, and the person said that they're 15, and he disagreed with them. He was like, "No, you're not," or something, and he stayed, and then he was like, "No, I got to leave." So he bailed out because she was 15 and whatever, and then he comes back to it later, and it turns out it was a cop entrapping him, and so that guy has creepy tendencies at the very least. I'm not saying, like, I don't want to assume that he is a whatever, but it certainly seems to seem that way. And so there's that, and then there's some like anti-Ukraine. And if anybody has any more information than I do, I'm not like the expert on this. Feel free to cut me off and correct me. But like there's some like, I don't know, lefty Marxist whatevers that are like pro-war because they are pro letting Putin do what he wants, is my understanding. Pro, like, is it that they want Putin to annihilate Ukraine, or is it that they want the U.S. to withdraw funds from Ukraine, and which will in turn lead to Putin annihilating Ukraine? I don't really know the situation, but there's some people with, differing opinions on the obvious anti-war, the whole point of this rally. There's some questions, and I've got many thoughts, and I'm sure you guys do too. But I think I'm going to talk for a bit here because I probably won't get a word in for the rest of this after I'm done talking. But my statement was, I'll just read my statement so people that don't know. Let's see. So I said, and I think we're going to lose everybody during this, but that's probably for the best. Say what you want about the Rage Against the War rally, but in our intentionally divisive culture, simply having Jimmy Dore, Ron Paul, and Scott Horton crossing paths is a massive blow to the culture war. The powers that be want us to keep focusing on balloons and racism to avoid discussing their most prized possessions: power, control, and greed. Things that have never benefited us as individuals or as a community or as a country. Are there some unsavory characters that I strongly disagree with on the lineup? Yes, of course. Pedo allegations are horrifying and, if true, beyond condemnable. Pro-war hawks are arrogant at best, or ignorant at best. It's my understanding that the LP National were not responsible for these bookings, and other organizers have all but tied their hands. Are they to bail and lose a shit ton of your donation money and major messaging opportunity because of a few out of many speakers? Were you under the impression that working across party lines would mean only working with libertarians? I like music and going to shows. Sometimes the opening bands suck balls and have no business being there. However, annoying it is. Once the headliners rock the house down, nobody remembers the hacks, and man, do we have some dope headliners. Attendees are at an anti-war rally in D.C. to unite against a great evil. Do you think they will be swayed by a couple more alleged war hawks? I don't. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the other way around. If we condemn for association and bail, is that the message? We have to meet people where they are and bring the better arguments. Are we scared that a pro-war argument is going to beat out a Ron Paul argument? You've heard Ron Paul speak, right? Given its nature, this event was destined to be a bit of a bumpy endeavor. At best, it was destined to be slandered for something. It was inevitable. It tends to happen every time the right thing is done in this world, especially when the king could lose money for it. All in all, I think this event is an incredible cultural victory, and I'm really grateful for the LP for being brave and taking the arrows from both outside and inside the party for this sticky yet incredibly valuable and noble opportunity that could save millions of lives. The former leadership talked a lot about cross-party lines and coalitioning, but it usually only seemed to happen on fundamentally unlibertarian causes like mandates and lockdowns. Which way, Western man? You don't have to like my take. You can be mad, but consider just how much it's helping versus a massive public anti-war display on the king's doorstep. Your energy is your choice and your responsibility. Take ownership and live. Thank you, dog. Thank you.
It's not my dog.
Oh, thank you, whoever's dog. Fucking dogs. Take ownership and live freer now rather than waiting for utopia. Hashtag the system is down. Hashtag take human action. Hashtag you are the power. Heart now. I'm throwing that out there because that's easier than me giving a bunch of my thoughts. That's the vast majority of my thoughts, and you guys can discuss amongst yourselves. And I'm gonna grab a drink and you do your thing. This is your show, Jack. You're in charge.
Oh God,
Go
me.
ahead.
Okay, well,
I
brace
slept a
yourself.
lot.
Yeah, my dog was cheering. I apologize though; he's very enthusiastic. I did not get to the mute button in time. That was beautifully said. It's a lot of what Dan's been saying, and some others helped sway me to this side of things on this, because they want to sabotage everything we do. They like, who benefits from our plans failing and our events and things failing? It's the regime we're up against, right? So we have to assume, like you said, that they would want to infiltrate or sabotage or fuck with us no matter what we do, even if we handled everything perfectly. And to be fair, it's not like there aren't good faith criticisms of how certain stuff's been handled and vice versa, but just that, assume they were going to try and sabotage our events no matter what, and almost treat it as though anything that could go wrong is part of that. And even if it's not, it's like, try to salvage the good we can from every situation as much as possible. And those great words helped, I think, swing me towards leaning that way on that.
I mean, really, how many times in, I don't know, modern history has there been a anti-war rally anywhere, let alone in D.C., let alone with people from different walks of life and different parties who disagree on things coming together and saying, at the very least, even if they like a little bit of war is better than a fuck ton of war that we have right now. So, hey, maybe we could come together and be like, I'm against a fuck ton of war at the very least.
Yeah, de-escalate. Dave, your thoughts?
We don't know. We can't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
No.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Whoever.
Everybody, go at once.
First.
No rally has ever had 100% speakers, 100% behind every 100% of everything. No, not a single one ever.
Right.
And what happens is they allow those people who are not necessarily 100% for 100% of why we're here, and you let them speak, and then you have 15 more speakers come up behind that person and say, what a retard.
Right. Even if
That's
they
the
don't,
point.
even if they don't,
That's the
like
point.
all they have
It's
to do is
fodder.
have a
It's
better
fodder.
argument. Right. All they have to
Yes,
do is have the better
right.
argument, and there will be
Exactly.
maybe there will be one person in the audience who hears that one retard talking about pro-war stuff, and he's like, man, that changed my mind. And then if, like, by the grace of Satan, like, he makes it through the next 15 speakers that are anti-war and still has that stupid thought, okay, so we got one pro-war guy out of, like, this massive rally that we're working on.
I'm not talking to you. We're not talking to that one person. We're talking to thousands of people who are going to be there who support anti-war.
Right.
Whatever anti-war means to the individual is not incumbent upon the speakers to make sure that they align with that perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's not incumbent upon the organizers to make sure that they're 100%, in line.
Yeah.
It's an entire day of speakers. Do you know how hard that is to find people to, one, fly in their life, take a break from their life to go do this.
Right.
And stand up there for it's just.
And we're working with a complete thing is like, especially like, I don't know, like, not just Mises Caucus people, but people with that mentality. Typically cool people on this stuff. Like, if you are offended by what is happening right now, what you are doing is guilt by association. You are basically saying, if you do not condemn these people as irrational and repugnant and you will not associate with them, then we will disassociate from you. Okay, well, that was the whole thing that you guys were fighting with the last party. So, yeah, in some ways, the party is the same. The people have the same thing, but it's flipped now. And now, like, I don't know. If it's either guilt by association or it's not. Like, if you think that if you have a problem with the Libertarian Party associating with this event, you are saying that Ron Paul associating with these people makes Ron Paul less of a libertarian. So what's your stance?
If I may.
Go ahead, Dave.
It's been a rough couple days emotionally. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Because I've been disappointed by some of the pillars of our movement and also some of the like participators in our movement. Right. And there's some grifting going on that's pretty gross. I'll just say that. And there's also like, look, if you like object to Scott Ritter being there and you're like, I'm not fucking going, like Spike, he's like, I can't be a part of this, though. I'm not going to like give you shit for it. That's like the best you should do.
It's not for me, but
that's fine.
If you can speak to these people, great.
But if you are on the tip of like, I won't work with communists because I'm a libertarian, well, then you're a dead end.
Right.
You're never going to help anything.
So who are you messaging exactly? If you're not willing to speak to people that disagree with you, who are you messaging to?
This is our first effort. The last big anti-war protest in America was in 2007, and it was put on by communists. And I'm not saying there wasn't a few dozen libertarians in the streets with them, but it was all hyper lefties. Right? So I'm not saying that's the total makeup of today, but let's just recognize, like if you want to have a coalition that's strong, like 1 million people in the streets strong, you want all ANCAPs or agorists, like get the fuck out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Go back to your watermelon farm, bro. This isn't for you.
I can't help you.
Right. There's
We
nothing
can't
you can
help
do
that
for
person.
anybody here. And for the libertarians that would have gone to this event, but now won't because even Scott Ritter is going to be there. You're a punk too, man. Ron Paul has a word for you. It's called Sunshine Patriot. Like you'll do what kind of needs to be done when it's easy. And we're still in the easy phase. I'm so fucking disappointed with these people, bro. So I'm just saying, if you're within driving distance, I'm 2 hours from DC. Of course I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there with my brand new James O'Keefe mic and try and get a talk with Scott Horton and try and talk to anybody else. You know who I probably won't try and talk to? Daniel McAdams. Because that guy, and that breaks my fucking heart, dude.
Hold on. I don't know anything about the Daniel McAdams situation.
I thought that was satire. I thought he was joking.
What did he say?
Daniel McAdams. Okay, well, if anybody who doesn't know, this is the guy that will probably hold Ron Paul's legacy through the Ron Paul Institute when Ron Paul is gone. And this guy's a hot mess, bro. Like on Twitter, like clucking like a bitch.
Really?
Like it's just so sad. I'm like, he's blocking good people, asking like legitimate questions. And I don't know the full story about Ritter. I mean, it looks pretty clear. I've been asking around. Like, I'm like, because you know me, bro. If it's a deep state conspiracy, I'll entertain the shit out of that.
Right.
Give me that. Give me that story. Tell me that compelling story. Nobody has one. They're just like, well, you know, look, you know what the deep state can do. It's like, yeah, I do. So tell me what they did.
Right.
But it doesn't look like that's the case. And still, you know, there's like most of the people that were supposed to speak at this were like, if he doesn't speak, we're not speaking. So I'm like, wait a second. These are the people I've been looking to. So this is just, sorry for yelling, but like no one's coming to save us is the point. We have to do this shit ourselves because shit, the fault lines are changing, man. You're seeing people like become more and more increasingly black-pilled, and it's fine. Like if you want to leave the party or leave the caucus, I could give a shit. But if you're going to leave and then spend all your time clucking like you're on The View, like about what other people who are doing stuff are doing while you cluck on the internet, bro, then you're my enemy. Right. You know what I mean? Because you're you
don't have to associate with it. You don't have to be a part of it.
No,
just shut the fuck up about it and let us figure our own thing out.
When I bought the shirt, I wasn't overly thrilled that the People's Party is on there, but you know what? It fucking is what it is.
By the way, I haven't even said that yet, but you know what? I don't owe it. Look, I hope you guys know this about me, right? Like if I thought that Dan wasn't legit, I wouldn't fucking be here. If
I'm not legit, Dave, but I appreciate it.
No, you hush up, you legit motherfucker. You. If the party wasn't legit right now, like we spent 5 years trying to. I love you too, bro. We spent 5 years trying to get this party legit, right? We finally got it. And then there's these chickens clucking from the sideline, not doing anything, going, well, you didn't fix it yet. There's no hope or whatever. It's so pathetic. And again, like, I don't have a problem if you were super in it a year ago and now you're not. And that's okay. People find new things, and people are in your 20s. You can hop and skip the jump to the next fad or whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not here for a social group. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm here.
So with Daniel McAdams and like with Dr. Ron Paul, like this is just so weird. Like what do you think is transpiring between the two of them? Are they traveling together? They usually travel together, correct?
So
like, yeah. I hate to use the word handler, but I'll use it. He's like a handler.
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever said what Daniel McAdams did other than blocking people. Was he like pro-war or giving bad takes?
He literally said, I'm pro-Russia, I'm pro-Putin, something. And then the other side, Ritter's like, you know, you got to put down rabid dogs, like this kind of language, dude. And like, it's one thing. Months ago, dude, I put on my Twitter handle, like, Dave, Putin apologist. But I'm saying it in jest because people are calling me a Putin. Like, I'm not actually...
Now we're talking Daniel McAdams, like Ron Paul's handler, influencer of Scott Horton, like the guy.
The guy.
Yes, all of it. Yes.
Can I say real quick? David Fight in the comments, he said the irony is that Dave blocked me because he called me a commie and a lefty, and he's talking about me, and that's absolutely true. I did call him that because David was saying that Vermin Supreme was a superior libertarian to Lou Rockwell, which is a ludicrous statement, David. It's absolutely so. Again. You're not a scumbag. Like I've seen some scumbags.
Vermin Supreme, who just posted earlier today that the Libertarian Party he can't support and he regrets bringing anybody into the Libertarian Party because we're a bunch of pedophile apologists and all this and that and pro-war, pro-Putin people. Like, yeah,
David, I don't hate you, bro. I just don't see where we can work together. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your opinion, bro, that's cool, but we don't have anything in common. You know what I mean?
Would both of you be at the rally? Would he be? What's his name? What's homie's name?
David Fight.
He's got a podcast, David Fight for Liberty. Yeah. Check him out. See if that's
I like
him.
I disagree with him at times, but
you know
what?
I would want to smoke weed with him if I saw him at a thing. I'm like, bro, let's really talk this out. Are you
my message about all of this? My main message is smoke a bowl, chill the fuck out, and realize the value that this is. That this is happening at all. Like. Yes, there are problems in it. There are things that will be PR issues, but what's a bigger PR issue? We're like associating with unsavory people who disagree with us, or pulling out at the last minute because we can't associate with these people because we are not like understanding it, like we're not open enough to their viewpoints. So we have to pull out because our people are a cancel culture mob right now trying to destroy a fucking anti-war protest in Washington, D.C. Like
the first one ever.
Yeah.
It's stacked, bro. Fucking Ron Paul, Scott Horton is going to come out there and mix it up with the lefties. Jimmy Dore, like you said, dude, first tweet. This is amazing. So it
why not
breaks my
use
heart
this
we're having this
opportunity?
conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Why not use this opportunity? Like Dave could be standing next to some commie or whatever, and
Right.
says something that, you know, inspires them to be like, oh, maybe I should check out the Libertarian Party. Like maybe I just feel like, why I'm 45. Why did I all of a sudden change my party affiliation from Republican to Libertarian?
It's because of
to
this
see
show.
No, technically it was Josh Smith. It was not
You have to
even
become
like
an anarchist, and then you have to become a Republican again. That's the natural
But the
trajectory.
thing is,
It is.
like,
It's a
there's
circle.
people, and I'm in Florida, and I was in South Florida, and you know, you can't play around. Like, you have to pick a side because of primaries and things like that. That's why I held on to it for so long. But like, you know, I switched because of what we believe in. But it's like watching this, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on right now. This is such a shit show. Like,
I feel the
it's
same way, and I've been here for a while. And it's like, guys, what are we
embarrassing.
doing? What are we doing? Like, you can't see the value in this. You can't see the I might repeat myself a lot here because I can't stress this enough. You really don't see the value in this? You really think that a little, you know, PR disaster here and there is going to be, you know, the worst thing that could possibly happen to the Libertarian Party while they're protesting anti-war protests in Washington, D.C.? Like, if they're calling us pedophile apologists, I mean, that's not that bad. That's really bad. But compared to what they could be doing and might do, and the main reason, not the main reason, but a big reason why I'm concerned about this rally is because I think there's a very good chance that they might give a shit, that the state might give a shit and do something about it or stage something. I'm concerned for Dave. I'm concerned for people going because this is a big fucking deal. Yes, Sharon.
Thank you. So, like, I have the talking blower. So wrong on so many levels.
Pass the conch.
So, do you remember? Shit, I'm gonna forget my thought.
It's Lord of the Flies here. Pass the conch.
Smoke another one, Cheech.
It's all good. Take
It'll
your
come.
time. Everybody sit silently. Make this as awkward as humanly possible.
So sad.
I wish I had the Jeopardy music on my sounds.
I hate you. I really do. Just talk. I'll remember it eventually.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. With all this, like for this to be what divides us, if this is what divides us, then what was uniting us? This is an anti-war rally, even if it's just in name. And me and Jack were talking about it last night, but like,
Ooh, I remembered.
son of a bitch.
I
Okay.
remembered. So do you remember, was it 2 or 3 months ago when all of a sudden we had Alex Jones and we had
Right.
Steven Crowder? Oh no, libertarians
Shapiro,
are bad.
yeah.
Why are you? All of them. It was like a fucking attack on libertarians. It was coordinated. And I'm sorry, but that's how it felt. Like they got
It was
scared
as
before.
coordinated as the attack on Alex Jones was, which, like, I don't know. My conspiracy antenna gets a little erect when I start to see
By the way,
patterns.
I'm with you
Go
guys
ahead.
on that. But I'm with you guys on that, and I'm already on the fuck the People's Party tip. You know, I'm not here to be nice to anybody.
Right.
And I said, I'm not going to say who I said this to, but I said this to someone in leadership. Like, they don't have nearly as much to lose as we do. You understand? And you don't know who they are, and they're the one responsible.
Never heard of him before this rally.
Right. So I'm glad. I like coalitioning with people. I'm just saying you got to be on the lookout. And if they're
figured-
the ones insisting that the one cancerous piece of this thing is there, that feels
Right.
like
Trust but
saboteur.
verify. Just trust but
Right.
verify.
I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily believe that the People's Party has ill intentions. I think that they have different views, and maybe they know something
they
about.
need to have Scott Ritter there. Like, that's weird because he's not going
it-
to vote.
yes,
ever for
Yes,
the People's
absolutely.
Party.
Like, he's not the People's Party. He is his own entity that is, you know, threatening or like he. To my understanding, he rallied his friends to bail out if he gets kicked out. But so it's him. It's not necessarily the People's Party itself. But the fact that he can rally his friends, I don't know if these people are at all anti-war, then they have at least a nugget of truth somewhere buried in their dense brains. But like, for them, I don't know any of them. I don't trust them necessarily. But like, if they have a little bit of nugget in their brain of truth and anti-warness, and they're saying like this guy was set up and this is deep state bullshit that he got framed, I'm like, it's really bad if he did it, if what they say he did. But there's a part of me that as this goes on is like, I don't know. I would need to know more information. That's all. Like, I need to know more. And if all these people are endorsing him and putting their reputations on the line for the guy, then there's a part of me that's like, okay, so that levels it up. I don't think all these people are just pedophile apologists. I think there might be something more to this that we're not understanding. I could be wrong, and I'm open to that, but I don't know.
I'm open to that too. I just want to see some more evidence. That would be good. You know what I mean?
Well,
but either way, I'm going.
Yeah, and I agree too. It's been really sad because like when you have a bunch of people that you like and respect, and then they're like on opposite sides of this stuff, and they're everyone's tearing each other apart. People are, I've had sympathy for both sides on it, and yeah, exactly. It's like there could be good faith criticism of how stuff is handled, or who there's like legit things to be concerned about, and I want to give that credit to the people who are like saying that in good faith, not like the fucking old regime people who are just looking for an excuse to fucking shut down anything, with the news stuff. But then I think I agree. What helps swing me over to being like, yeah, no, we got to go with this thing. We got to do this is because, who benefits from this being either canceled or, it's like, exactly, whether it's an actual deep state plant, fuck with the shit or not, just that if our enemy is trying to sabotage and fuck with our stuff, if it could be that us disassociating or canceling or not participating in things is their ultimate goal. Therefore, you could acknowledge what's fucked up or wrong about something, but also be like, but we're not going to let that stop us from storming the gates and going, well, we're here and we're going to send our message. So that kind of helped me think, okay, yeah, you could have a critique, or like you're saying, like you'd still be like, I don't like some of these people, they're going to be at this thing. But if the state is afraid of people showing up at its door to, wake people up, then that's the higher priority, right?
So I have a question for anybody who's still opposed to this. If this wasn't a pro-war, like explicitly pro-war event put on by pro-war whatevers, doesn't matter what they are, what their affiliation is, they're just pro-war, a rally for that in D.C., and they said, we'll let Ron Paul come and headline. Would you be opposed to him going and headlining that and telling them all how they're wrong?
It's a good
now
point.
Take that and make it microscopic, and that is the magnificent problem that is causing this clusterfuck within the party right now.
I hate to say
Great
this,
point.
but he probably it's probably taking a toll for him to do these trips now. Like, he should be chilling, enjoying retirement, and he's still going out. He flew how many times this year just for Liberty events? He's going to DC. He's going to a place that like probably caused him so much strife in his life. And it's like, he's going back to the battlefield kind of, sort of. Yeah. And it's like, why you want to hear what he says? This might, I hate to say this, but like, he may not have any, many more appearances. So let's listen to what he has to say. Like,
and if he thinks it's worth his little bit of time that he has left, then who are you to disagree?
Yeah, do it for Ron Paul.
87-year-old Ron Paul is coming to Washington in February to speak for free. And libertarians are like, meh, I
don't know. Yeah, no, y'all's perspective.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, no, exactly. Y'all helped put in perspective for me and other people who were like kind of on the fence or kind of like slightly out of loop and catching up and just being like, yeah, let's think about the benefits here, how much higher they are than the negatives, and yeah, I think
the only thing that people are like, people are saying like it's a thing. Like it's like the I'm not racist thing. So I'm against pedophilia. It's like, yeah,
duh.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
I thought that was a given. If you feel the need to say it, then.
But that's what I'm saying. Some people are using principles to not go to this event. It's not.
And like you said,
cool.
That's
The
what
only-
the old regime
the
was
only
doing
people-
with the
the only
rational
people-
repugnant thing.
One second, Jack. The only people that think that your association with this event makes you a pedophile are not honest actors. And I think that if you're pretending like that is the reason why you can't go because people will judge you for it, then you're not an honest actor. Because I don't think that's really that big of a concern.
No, you're definitely not
I
in it to
don't-
win it, because this is still the beginning shit, like Maj said in Reno, and like Jack was alluding to. Like, you have no idea. COINTELPRO is a 60-year-old program. You know what I'm saying? You guys have we have no idea. So yeah, we have to go to the anti-war rally.
Yeah,
You know?
I
Jack.
don't agree with
Hold on, let
fight.
Jack give his thoughts because I cut him off.
Oh, I can't remember exactly, but to an earlier point, what you said about Ron Paul going into hostile spaces to be like, that's how I ever heard of him, was because he was there at fucking Republican primaries saying
Right.
shit that was making everyone in the room go, "What the fuck?" And
Right.
you know,
How
and
many
even
people-
then, I wasn't ready to receive it. But
Do you
later
judge
on I
Ron
was.
Paul for standing on the GOP stage and telling them all to fuck themselves? Like, do you judge him for that
Yeah.
guilt by association?
Yeah.
So with David
all right,
White,
hang on, Mom.
said,
One second.
hold on.
1 second, Mom.
Dan, did you go
Mom,
that? Sorry,
thank you. Two things.
I'm out of
David.
wine.
David, we're not
Okay, go.
attaching. They're not attaching themselves to pro-war. We need to stop that. You need to stop saying that. No one is attaching themselves to a pro-war message and an
Oh,
anti-war
you're talking to
rally.
David Fay. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like,
David
baby, I'm not doing
I'm
it.
talking to Steve. No, I'm talking to Fight. No, he
Hey,
doesn't.
CD,
no, no one-
your mic is clipping a lot, especially when you're yelling.
So
Sorry.
fight.
Are you
said
able to turn
that-
it down? Like,
That
I just don't. I just want
level-
you to be able to be heard. It's all good.
Thank you. Is it okay?
Dan,
I'll
pick
I'll
up,
talk real low.
Put up Fight's comment where he put that is a terrible analogy. There is a huge difference between Dr. Paul talking to a crowd that disagrees with him and the LP, Ron Paul, Horton, and more attaching their names to and endorsing pro-war.
You
Go
mean
ahead,
in a rally called Rage Against the War Machine, they're attaching their names to what? To pro-war? I don't think so. I don't think so.
No one said like no one's doing that. And then also Justin, no, he's flying. They bought his ticket. He'll be there. There is no video. Dr. Paul will be there.
We
Just
don't
wanna
have to
make
get too much
sure.
into the chats. I want to make another analogy real quick. I grew up in a very Christian household, and it was very dogmatic, and it had its ups and downs, and it is what it is. I've talked about it a lot on the show. In that household, I was only allowed to listen to Christian music, so I was very into the Christian music scene, and I saw the same damn thing. I saw if a Christian band goes and plays at a festival that is unsavory, like Ozfest or Hellfest, then the Christians cast them out or like judge them or like have their podcasts where they say their very strong opinions about how I'm not sure if these people are Christian or not. I'm not sure if these people are in this clique that we're in because they went and did what? Talk to people that disagreed with them. Okay, well, this is the same damn thing. This is the 1990s Christian cancel culture of the Libertarian Party. You're pulling the guilt by association card. We don't need an analogy. That's what you're doing. It's guilt by association because if Ron Paul goes up and gives a pro-Putin, pro-war, pro-pedophilia message, I will certainly condemn him as long as I live, and I will be shocked if that happens. I don't suspect that's going to happen, though. I suspect he'll probably go up and like drop the mic on the anti-war shit and bring the house down. I could be wrong about that too. I don't know. But pretending like they are tying their names to something because they are attending a thing is cult Christian mentality from the early 90s in modern Western Christianity. So, David, I know that you're I'm pretty sure you're an atheist or an agnostic, and it is what it is. But just know that you are the thing that I grew up that made me an agnostic from Christianity. And it's just in a different package, and I understand it. I'm not like trying to be a dick or anything. I'm just saying, like, this is not how to get people into your clique or your cult, or better yet, your real authentic humanness that spreads the message of liberty.
I
I agree.
think there's and it could be, this could be what happens. Here's what I hope happens. The event happens. Let's say it's awesome or great things come out of it. And maybe it'll give chance for people who were very critical and for the ones who were in good faith, like having a problem or trying to say something should have been done differently, handled differently. Maybe then it's a learning opportunity for everyone involved on all this stuff. And maybe if people see, hey, look, the thing was a success and this was worth going to and making happen, then they can maybe see that the people who are willing to still go to this or go for it were also, acting in good faith and trying to get a win for liberty, right? That they weren't like suddenly pedo apologists or pro-Marxist or whatever. Like that. All right, like and maybe I was wondering this too. Like maybe it's because some of us in this movement, we've dealt with so many like bad faith acting people, and we've had to like deal with all this stuff, especially with the takeover and the old regime and a lot of the weird stuff going on there. That maybe a lot of us are like really jaded or quick to like, we're still like our guards up for that all the time. And we're still finding people that are turning out to disappoint us. But I don't know. I hope that if people on either side of the stuff's making mistakes, that they'll be forgivable mistakes with time. People look back and go, maybe I was wrong about this. Maybe I misjudged or jumped too soon. And I hope that happens.
I would ask our peers. I would ask our peers who are participating in this conversation to be mindful of that, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, I'm not just saying respect your elders. Like I can't believe that Daniel McAdams has let me down. Like, you don't have to respect people because they're older than you. But like,
I went from respect to zero respect. I thought I assumed that they were calling him out. Like, I was like, there's no way that he's like pro-Putin, pro-war, or whatever. I saw people saying it, but I didn't see his actual tweets. As soon as you said he did say that, as soon as a trusted source confirmed that for me, I'm like, well, fuck that guy. That's all it takes. We're fine with calling out our elders if they're wrong.
And I think look, new fault lines happen all the time. Like the whole post-libertarian shit, like there was like a fracture in the movement, right? Some people just weren't feeling it. They went over and did this other thing. And that's totally cool. Like, it's cool to have new schools of thought. We should all be talking with each other. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to go on Twitter and bitch to people in your community. And if you're going to do that, make sure that you're smarter than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just bitch, and don't just try and get clicks, and there's more I know everybody wants to be based, myself included, but there's more important shit than that. And if you don't realize that, like if you don't understand that or you don't believe that, again, like I don't know if we're on the same team, because there's more important shit going on, like nuclear war. And we have really we have hardworking, like, look, I don't think Angela did a lot of this, like single-handedly with this other guy from the People's Party. Like, it didn't take much to kind of like put this thing together. So when you see libertarians, right? This is fucking crazy. She just had a baby. She should be chilling. And for people to just fuck you, or I wish you should do it this way. Like, it's
you can disagree. Ignorant. It's the immediate turn that bothers me. That it's not like, hey, are you sure about this? It's like, oh, you did a thing, so you're dead to me. Like, I don't know. That's not human to me, and that's not winning people. That's not winning me to a message. That's I imagine it's not winning people who aren't familiar with all this drama.
Yeah.
This is the same people that like recently in recent memory voted Nicholas Sarwar to their leadership. I'm just saying.
I'm saying
I've
seen our own. I'm talking about our own people. Those guys are actually out of my mind completely. Loser Brigade.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Are they? Did they all kill themselves? Because I haven't really heard that much from the legit Loser Brigade.
They were here not that long ago. That's all I'm saying. They were here not that long ago. Like, we were those people. Like, we were looked at as those people. And then,
but I can't believe it. Recently, I've been more disappointed in, and this is a total flip, I'm more disappointed in the liberty movement than I am in the party.
Yeah,
the party to me is
because they're pissed off because the Mises Caucus in 6 months hasn't pulled magic out their ass. Like, these are unpaid positions that people are like. It's not.
How about fuck you? How about you go to your local? Like, how many of these people have also gone to their local libertarian parties?
A lot of them have. In fairness, I know a lot of the LPNH guys do go to their local stuff.
Okay, I'm not talking about LPNH people. Yeah. Those are specific people that they go to NH for that, and that's
Yeah.
what they are doing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about regular Twitter hollerers. They
The normie-
holler. They
the
just
normie
holler
trolls.
in.
Well,
Yes.
and yeah.
So what exactly when they're hollering, what have you done to help Angela? Have you called Angela? Have you reached out to your party and said, what can I do to help the situation? What can I do to bring candidates in? What can I do to instead of just being on Twitter trying to be cool? And Dave, I'm just furthering your point that a few years ago we had Nicholas Sarwark
Right. We should
as
be grateful.
as our elected leader. And
Right.
we are moving in the right direction. And the bigger the ship, the harder
Right.
it is. That's why you see Texas LP, you see these big states. And it's hard when you have such a big ship and you have to turn it. And Angela, we put all of our faith in her wisdom, her people, her picks, and the people that we voted for. And it takes a minute.
Right. And there's a chance that there's a very good chance that Angela is capable of also being human and fucking up sometimes. That is possible. And just if that happens to happen, if that's how you see the situation, okay. So like all the funds were like donations, and she's supposed to just pull out of it now and tell them all, all your donations have been squandered. Like, what is she supposed to do in that situation? Even if you think that it's a massive failure, to just write her off as a human because she associated with the wrong people is, I don't know, it's shallow.
It's akin to seeing an artist like working on something on the side of the street, just working on a painting, right? And going, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck would do that?
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of.
I would do that. I would do that, Dave. I would do that.
Like, look, if you wanna just be a commenter and you don't make art and you don't do shit and you want to be a critic and you want to ruin somebody's day, then that's what you should do.
Dave, are you speaking at the event or no?
Well, and
no, nobody knows who I am.
I'm
I'm
speaking
speaking
through
through my megaphone. I'm speaking through my megaphone that they should fucking.
Dave will be.
We need to go to
he
the
will be
Capitol.
remembered.
If nothing else, Dave will be speaking in clips that will air on my show and his show and all that stuff. So yes, Dave will be speaking.
I feel like it's a learning experience, and at this point, if it's a teachable moment, if we do this and we're for it, and it goes totally south, and it's like another Jan, like whatever. Then we fucking go back to the drawing board and be like, what else can we do?
But we were pursuing something that had massive potential, and if it fails, okay, it failed, but it had massive potential, and you can't deny that. And because you guys probably supported it in the beginning, all of you naysayers, and now take that and compare it to the thing that drives me nuts is people who are like, well, you're just like the old LP. It's like, okay, so how many anti-war rallies did they even try to be a part of, let alone, get this close? Even if we bailed now, that's another thing. If we bailed, if Angela said, I'm going to pull everybody out of this because this isn't worth supporting, they would bitch about that too. It's like Star Wars fandom. There is no right, there's no wrong. It like everything, or there's no right, no matter which way you go. It's just always wrong, no matter what you do.
Well, yeah, and to be fair, it's like
it wasn't their idea problem.
Well, and it's not like, and I want people to be clear this too. It's not like we're just going to auto simp for, like we said, it's not that there isn't room for criticism. It's not that any criticism should be just automatically dismissed. And, we're not claiming the new regime's perfect. But also like, hey, it might take more than 6 months to a year to effectively make enough changes and to do all these things. Like this is, like you said, this is the beginning of a change.
Talked in his last interview about the 20-year plan. Like this is the big game that we're aiming for. It's not like we've got 2 years, so let's scramble and pretend to be productive while it's just all, surface level.
Yeah.
Like this is, let's build the groundwork and see where it goes. And writing them off right out the gate within 6 months is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I poke fun at Dave Smith. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I've critiqued it. I've had my things I've said. It's not like people are immune to criticism forever, but like, just that, even someone like me who is more in agreement with like these days, like, oh, I kind of like the LPNH Free State Project strategy concentration thing. Like that's where I'm going more and more towards. But I'm also still like, but I want LP National and all the rest of this to succeed as much as possible. In the meantime, I
Yes,
want that to be a mutually beneficial goal, right? Of the two of them.
That's a theater fag in you, Jack. It's the yes and mentality of like,
Yeah,
yes,
right.
that,
Yeah.
and let's also that. Do all the things.
Yeah.
Why not? Like let it, like everybody has a passion. Everybody has something that's instilled within them that they're like, this is right. Okay, so pursue that, and they can pursue that, and like maybe meet in the middle when you can. And if you find any middle ground at all with these people, between two camps, which I know that it's like 75 to 99% middle ground that they agree on. Like if there's any middle ground at all, then maybe don't tear the other one down when they do something that you slightly disagree with. Or even if you vehemently disagree with them on one or two things, maybe don't jump immediately to chastising them for it.
Yeah,
I have a
definitely not on
question.
Twitter. Don't do it on Twitter. Text your boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Be
Why are you
human.
acting so messed up towards me? You know what I'm saying? Don't
Be human.
Like I've got to be
Question.
honest, I have no desire to go to Washington D.C., especially like what happened, Jan 6 and all that. Like I just feel like you are going into like enemy territory. That's why I don't think that people
You're in
understand
enemy territory right now. That's what this is about.
Yeah, Sharon.
True.
You're in enemy
We
territory
are
right now.
occupied. No, balls of steel though. Anyone willing to go to DC? Seriously, like you got to give some credit. Go on.
For Dr. Paul going and for Dave and everyone else who's going, like someone can start shit with you and like you're screwed. Like we're gonna have to go fund you a bail account. Like I just feel like it could go south so many ways. So like people are going. The ones that are the keyboard warriors, they're not going. I just feel like why not support your fellow person who's supposed to be like aligned with you and on your team? Like, why not be like, you know what? That's pretty cool. I don't agree with it, but I hope it all works out. I hope something good comes from it. Like, you're going to be, side by side with people who don't believe in 2A, who don't believe in like a lot of these things, but like, and we do, and we're going to stand firm. And it's like, that's who we are. We go into battle. Like, I think we're more based and we're more kick-ass than a People's Party. Like, if you're in a war, do you want to be in the People's Party or do you want to be in the Libertarian Party?
I want to be in the one that I've heard of before this last week.
What's cool about this too? This is all like sanctioned, right? There's going to be huge jumbotrons and speakers, equipment, heavy equipment, tents, like punk rock libertarians are going to be there with their tent. Mises Caucus will have a tent. Dr. Irene with Liberty Speaks will be there in a tent. Like people are just going to come out. It's going to be a day, and like for the first time, libertarians are going to be out in the streets mingling it up. So on the local level, that's what we're doing. I'm sure you guys are doing that in Florida too. You just go up and you set up a table and you just put it out front of a fucking store and you give out flyers to people who come in and you just mingle. We just did a thing at the public library. Talk about enemy territory. You know what I mean? You got to go to where these people are.
Remzo is calling in and it's very loud and I can't even hear what you're saying and I got to try and figure out how to do this. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hey, Dan.
Hi, Remzo. You're on The System is Down with Dan Smotz. I am Dan Smotz. I guess this is how this works. How are you, Remzo?
Hi, Dan Smotz. I'm doing well. I've got nothing really to add other than, where libertarians really failed? Nobody shot down that freaking Chinese balloon.
Right.
Everyone is talking about a rally in D.C. when, half the LP isn't going to be able to afford to get there. I don't think any of the LP and H people will get there unless they all carpool in the same Hyundai Sonata. But while that Chinese balloon was just mocking us from coast to coast, nobody in their thousands of guns that always go missing in a boating accident.
80,000 feet, Remzo. 80,000 feet.
You know what? Excuses, Dan. Excuses. Somebody could have shot down the balloon, but nobody did.
I mean, there should have been a libertarian solution by this point. It's a fucking balloon. Even at 80,000 feet, there should be a libertarian solution. We're talking about utopia.
You're telling me nobody... Yeah, I mean, you're telling me nobody gets a lawn chair, straps it to a weather balloon, grabs their AR-15, and just goes and shoots it down? Like, this could have been an amazing opportunity and it was missed. So now we have to wait for another Chinese balloon to come by.
So you
and
guys
then
can prove
maybe
yourselves.
Somebody will have. Yeah, I mean, we were able to track that thing like NORAD tracked Santa, but nobody was able to go do it.
Libertarians,
I didn't even know about
you've
that
been
thing.
warned. There are Chinese balloons floating over spying on you. That is like the NSA like 5,000, and you did nothing. You've been warned. You know it's going to happen again. So if nobody makes the technology to shoot down a space balloon, then can we really be talking about libertarian utopia?
From your mouth to God's ear, Dan.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Ramzo.
I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for calling. See ya.
That's fucking perfect. That was great. I was
Remzo's
laughing
the
all the time.
greatest. What's his new? What
Thank
is
you,
he
Remzo.
at? Hey Remzo, what's his handle?
Oh, I don't know.
Hold on.
Probably Hey Remzo still. I don't know. I
He's
don't follow him. Fuck that guy. Mostly
you
because of his
do.
skin color. No, I love Remzo. He's great. CD is gone though. She couldn't. She's a racist. Jeez.
Taking down the Chinese balloon would have been the greatest PR thing ever. He's right. I mean, think about it. I mean, even if the guy did it, went to prison, it'd just be like,
take human action, folks.
Yeah.
The balloon's coming back. If you don't have it figured out by then, maybe your philosophy is incorrect because we don't have a solution for that.
If it wasn't Montana, if it was like somewhere more, on the coastline somewhere, somebody would have been up there with a hot air balloon fucking shooting that thing down or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some kind of drone.
Yeah, I guess that was the concern, like where it was going to fall, right? Yeah. But
bullshit. I don't buy it. Like you're telling me that the U.S. military doesn't have the technology to not only shoot down a balloon, but also catch the.
Oh,
the
I mean,
debris.
we hesitated. Like citizens didn't shoot it because we were like, "Wow,
There's just
it's
not
going to
enough
fall. I don't want to
citizens
hit the
there,
one."
Right, and probably had explosives in it too. But I saw earlier. I'm not going to go find the comment, but Joey Two Guns said LPNH is a cult, and I don't want this to be taken as that. I joke about that, yes, but also they are an awesome clique and an awesome community, and I would describe them as that. Like what works for them, and that's awesome. And I certainly applaud it, and I love all those guys, even people in the chats that are probably pissed off at me now. I love you guys, and I love working with you guys on frequent occasions. And like none of this is personal, except for when it's like the personal attacks when something doesn't go exactly according to plan. Criticism, I'm perfectly fine with criticism, but it's just the immediate resort to immediate jump to conclusions just feels just as irrational as the woke mob. And I would have liked to have said this to you in person before saying it on the air, but since you're in the chats, some of y'all, just want to say, like, I like you guys. I disagree with you, and I look forward to working with you in the future. But I'm saying, like, if you want to give me money, I'll still take it mostly, because I really appreciate it. But no, like the sense of humor, and I supported LPNH the whole time, even when they disagreed with the other people. I have nothing against either side. I have issues with certain actions and certain things that are said, but or like certain jumps to the strong points and everything. It's like everybody, again, the message of the day is we're libertarians. Chill out, smoke a bowl, and let's talk about this, because it's not working.
Well, and see, this could be where maybe there's room for healing, because maybe New Hampshire is the landing place for people who gave up trying to make it work other ways through other means, right? With whether it's national or other stuff. So, if more people are giving up on one thing and then New Hampshire benefits from that, then okay, great for their project and there's those goals, that works. And even though I'm also looking to get there one day and make that happen, I'm also like, but yeah, it doesn't require that we destroy everything else on the way out, or even if you believe that strategy is superior to the other ones, but you would hope that there's mutual benefit to be had in going, yeah, well, of course I still want people who aren't in that state to be trying and doing stuff, and that LP National with the new takeover and everything would would do a bunch of cool shit that would kind of help everyone, both in and out of New Hampshire. So you want these strategies to be mutually, beneficial. And man, maybe we don't have to burn every bridge on the way to New Hampshire. Try to at least keep some. Yeah.
I gotta say, I mean, really quick, I'll just say this: you guys know me, where I've, laid my flag down for. We could go over the reasons, but I believe in the Mises Caucus and the mission. Michael Heiss has proven himself to me time and time again. So that's the strategy that I'm going with, and I personally believe that if you're a liberty strategy for the greater liberty movement, an outpost in New Hampshire. But what trumps that is what I wouldn't do is go online and go, you know why I think this is better than moving to New Hampshire? That's bitch shit. That's what we don't need to do. You know what I'm saying? You can just be cool in New Hampshire. And we can just be cool doing this. And if
I live in the butthole of America. I live in Illinois. Like, I live in a fairly, red state that's run by blue Democrats in Chicago. Like, Chicago trickles down hard. It sucks here. My family's here. Life is here. I appreciate what you guys are doing. I literally don't have the physical ability to do what you are insisting that I do. Otherwise, I would absolutely do it. I respect you guys. I love you guys. And I'm going to stay here in the butthole because that's where my family is. So, it is what it is.
New Hampshire.
That doesn't negate what I'm doing from the butthole either.
I really like so many people that are up there. I've hugged those guys, saw them in Reno, and I know that there's been some turnover there, but they're all really cool people. And it's cool to have different strategies. But Dan, you were there, right? In 2021 for Porkfest, right?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
They all blend together, but yes.
Here's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's all the drugs and alcohol.
I wasn't at either one. I was thinking about maybe going this year to check it out. It's an off-convention year. But my point being, in 2021, you had Dave Smith, Scott Horton, Tom Woods, Karen Ann Harlos, and it was a rager. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody, you had a Mises Caucus tent where everybody was fucking hanging out because the culture is fucking strong.
Packed.
And then the next year, I heard it wasn't as good. Yeah. And none of those people were there. So take that into consideration that these two things are better together. They're stronger together. And when they elevate each other and go, look what they're doing over there. Great job. That's way better.
I mean, in fairness, it was also like election year versus non-election year, or like leading into Reno and all that. The hype was up. So,
but that's what I'm saying. That's Mises.
But Dave makes a great point. Yeah,
yeah.
If you're into that,
sure.
Yeah, exactly. I think the two strategies, this conversion and concentration. I really love what both can do. I lean more towards concentration these days, but but I don't want people to stop trying to convert, or at least, just be the middle finger everywhere else they can to the system. Why not? Why not keep trying? And
the system is down,
ideally,
motherfuckers.
this is what happens. The Mises LP gets out there, does cool shit. Fine. Maybe it's true that the majority of the country will never be libertarian, and maybe that's okay. But what we do is we just keep finding the ones who are and want to be, and then great. And if a bunch of them get piped and funneled to New Hampshire, and we have a concentrated libertarian, super city or whatever, like awesome. Then
I want to have. I actually want to have this.
I
actually need to debate this. I think with somebody. How I want to hear what the law. Like, we're gonna have the free state of New Hampshire. Like when the state totally takes over, you'll be free. When everybody else is in total lockdown tyranny, you guys are going to be cool. This is like hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
Look, they've put secession on the table. They've put the idea is that if you're going to resist the like a lot of us probably concede it's going to be tough to ever get federal offices, right? Like a lot of the Mises strategies decentralized, local. It's like state and local, and it's kind of similar thinking of it's like, okay, well, if we can't ever really take over the feds, it'd be easier to resist the feds when we're concentrated in an area where we can kind of at least fully control our state and local government completely, like completely own it. And just then it'd be easier to subvert it.
Right now, and I love the Free State Project. It's awesome. but in 20 years, I think they've had about 20,000 people move to a state of like 1.5 million people. And it's still a very liberal state. Like, I know that there's a culture there. I know the license plate says live free or die. You know what I'm saying? I know that that's the culture, but I'm not sure that they built that. You know what I mean? It's kind of built into the cake, and it's still you have a progressive Democrat governor who just won again. Like,
there's work to do. It's not done. It's like,
and but it's awesome. And Porkfest is awesome, and that's great that that's a culture. I'm just saying, you think that like, I just don't see how that will ward off the state.
Sharon's filling up.
Well, I would say this: they're closer than they've ever been because their number they had to hit to trigger the move only happened a few years ago. So there's people still rolling in, I think, from outside who made that pledge. So that's one part of it. But then also too, like, I think right now, right, they have like 100 Liberty, like Free State Project endorsed Republicans who are in the legislature, like 100 libertarians at the state level. Like, that's huge, right? We don't have that anywhere else with the Libertarian Party. So it's like, they're clearly. They're having success, but I agree. There's a long way to go still. Hence why they're probably, like you said, they're very vocal about trying to get more reinforcements to keep pushing it.
I get the culture thing, and I get that they push it. And like every state has their Florida. They're really prideful about being libertarians in Florida. Like even in Delaware, like we have our little communities, and I think there's a really strong, robust liberty community in New Hampshire, obviously. But it didn't seem like those guys really wanted to do the Libertarian Party game. So it's like, why do you need to then? You know what I mean? Like, what if your strategy is all New Hampshire and that's the only thing that matters, then you can do that through the Republican Party and you can do that through the Free State Project. But the thing that's going on over here requires cooperating with people, So that was a little bit, I don't know.
Yeah,
a little bit.
There's a lot of good conversation you had there between the two sides. I feel you, man.
Hey, shut up. I gotta go pee. Dave is in charge. If there's dead air, Dave has to fill it or call on somebody. I'll be right back.
That's right. Let's get somebody from this Free State Project in.
Anarchy.
Okay, so
decentralized.
Okay, wait a minute. So, first of all, I just moved to Florida. Yay, that's why this background maybe looks familiar to some people who also watch the Swamp Creatures. That's where this is at. And yes, this is in Duke Chastain's I don't know, office. But they do a lot. And certain counties are better than other counties, for sure, just like any other state. But like, I moved here, first of all, because
you're cutting out.
Oh, wait, you're back. We heard fuck. That's all we got.
So I don't know how to winter. That's why I can't move to New Hampshire. Now I love to live. Can't live there. And Brevard County.
Oh, you are
It's
in
like
and out.
700.
Sorry.
We're hearing the spirit of what you're saying. I think something
It's
about
like 700. It's like 700,000 people that live in this one county.
Right.
It's insane.
There's only 1.3 million, I think, in New Hampshire. But I will say this about Florida versus New Hampshire and the liberty culture in both of those states. I think that New Hampshire will always have that culture. And if Florida gets a liberal governor, like overnight, you guys will just kind of turn back to like George W. Bush era Florida, which is just awful. The culture needs to change more everywhere. But I think New Hampshire has that going on. That it literally is built into the cake of the state.
Again,
like,
bigger ship, harder to turn.
Totally. That's why Delaware is where it's at. Hashtag first.
Maybe the Free State should have been in Delaware. Yeah.
Well, we only have 3 counties. It's right on the Mason-Dixon line. It's like that city-rural divide right here.
To give some credit to the Free State, I mean, part of their appeal of saying, hey, some of what we're doing is working is the fact that they are getting attacked in the press over there. Like, the people who live in New Hampshire know about free staters and are like panicking. They're like, they're moving here, they're taking over, they're like, so the fact that they see free staters as a threat, even though there's only like what 6,000 right now there or something, the fact that even that small force is effective enough to scare the shit out of like the normie, especially lefty world. And I know part of the strategy is to intentionally turn off and scare people to move out of New Hampshire and then attract other people in. So it's like they're like, yeah, no, please move, please leave. Like go to the other states around. So we'll see. I mean, I agree though that I think their best strategy would be just lead by example, be doing your thing. It doesn't require destroying everything else. You can still make your pitch as to why, hey, this is working better. Here's what we're doing.
Jeremy Kaufman has been great over the past week. His tweets.
Yeah.
His tweets are what I would. Hey, that's cool. I applaud. Hey, I think I just saw one that was like, the Libertarian Party has been the best that I've seen it since I've been watching it. I'm focused on very local New Hampshire shit. Like that's beautiful.
Look,
fine, awesome. And
there's no reason to be enemies there. Yeah.
No, and I don't want to be. Florida and New Hampshire are doing.
Oh yeah, you guys have. Yeah, you have like friendly beef. I like it. Like who can Liberty harder? That's what we should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hold no ill will towards homies in New Hampshire, and I would love to visit them in the summer.
I deal
Shannon,
with people
you might
on
be
an
muted,
individual
by
basis.
the way. I saw you talking.
That's the way I do it.
Sorry, I just saw that Shannon was talking, but I wasn't hearing it. I didn't realize if she knew that we weren't catching her. Oh wait, it's still silent.
Yeah, you're still muted, Shannon.
Oh shoot.
Dan does not. He did not give me these powers to unmute.
Maybe he muted. Did Dan mute Shannon and then just leave?
Mute her and get on out of here. Have a good time. Everybody have a good chat except Shannon.
Wow. Well, Shannon, we want to hear what you have to say once it can.
If you're out there listening, the number to dial in is 309-716-3818.
That would be great.
I can't get the phone either.
Free state New Hampshire friendly debate with on all that stuff.
Somebody get Gene Epstein on the horn. Let's go. Soho, baby.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What's happening?
So we were talking about you.
Oh, Shannon.
Asshole.
She might be muted also. Did you mute her and walk away?
No. Not intentionally. She's on my she is on my end. I don't know what's happening.
Died suddenly.
So sad.
Sharon, drop out and jump back in. Maybe God will fix it or something.
That might work too. Yeah. Yeah.
Or you can stay silent. I'm perfectly fine with that too. I'll be honest.
Just
let her speak.
Shannon Jorgensen. Yeah, man. Dave, I'm with you. It's disappointing to see so people give up so soon on things.
Before you say anything, I just want to say I don't know what happened during that break, and I condemn everything that they said. Please don't not hire me for future work because I don't guilt by association me, even though that seems to be the libertarian way lately.
Mm-hmm.
I condemn everything that Jack Casey says as irrational and Republican.
Irrational Republican.
Yes.
We're gonna heal this fucking divide and these visions. I'm gonna be white pill today, guys. Listen, we're having slap fights online where all this stuff's happening.
Yeah,
we're having
birthday
parties.
Guy? David Fight, get him in here. Unity, baby.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Fight. I'll send Fight the link if somebody wants to drop out. He can jump in if he wants to.
On that thought, listen, Linda. On that thought, what happens when this rally is successful?
Honestly, here's the irony of the whole thing. It'll be forgotten no matter what the following week. That's the truth. The people, that's how quick the attention spans are of everybody. I mean, look, if there's 1 million people there, then I'm sure it'll be big. But this will get no press coverage. You know what I'm saying? There's a protest in Washington, D.C. every day.
Multiple
every day.
Multiple
right.
every day.
Exactly. So I'm saying this one's important. it is important that libertarians are there and show up en masse. But like, there's no World Series, guys, in the Liberty game, right? You don't win the big game and like, yeah, we did it. It's like, we're just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Game one.
I do. That's why I wanted to ask that question. Because, a lot of people, Mom, we cannot hear you. Like, you're muted. I don't know. Figure it out.
Sorry, Shannon. Do you want to drop out and jump back in?
Okay, you need to just like refresh it and then come back in, and Dan will probably let you back. He let me back, so he'll probably let you back.
America.
That is a racist symbol. How dare you wave that?
My point is that everyone is all up in arms over this thing. And then, like, what happens after? We're all mad before, right? It's it'll before. And then it's like, okay, so for what? And then this is the part that I tell libertarians, big L's, all the time. You're excused. So then so like after this, then what? We're still Twitter beefing. We're still mad. We're still mad because Ritter spoke. We're still mad because McAdams, and like, to me, the McAdams issue is like way bigger than like.
Correct. That's okay. CD. Now you're speaking my language. If there's an emergency to deal with, it's the fact that some of the pillars of the movement are really shitting the bed. And I'm saying that about like our circle of dudes, and we need to deal with that. Like, so I don't know what needs to be done because it's above my pay grade, but it's not cool. And I'm saying that we have to keep it real. Like, you can't just. I'm not gonna forgive that or pretend that Daniel McAdams is what he's saying is okay because he's Ron Paul's boy. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep it realer than that.
Yeah.
Ron Paul is. I love him, dude. Changed my life, but in the pursuit of the truth, we that will not stand. You know what I'm saying? So
like, my thing is like, okay, February 20th, and that's always been my point. Dan can attribute to this. Like, I've always said, okay, Reno happens, then what? This happens, then what?
Right.
Then what? Like, what is the next step? And if it's successful, what is the metric for success? Like you said, maybe nothing. Maybe, like you said, it's not going to get any press coverage. Fox News and CNN isn't going to show up.
We are getting a call. CD, I got to interrupt you. Take this. Hello, you are on the air with Dan Smotz of The System Is Down. This is that. Who is this?
Holy shit, it worked.
Is this Sharon?
This is Danielle. I wanted to say happy birthday.
Hi, Danielle.
I'm disappointed I can't really participate because I work during these hours.
You are participating right now, actually, and I appreciate your participation.
Thank you very much. Thanks for entertaining me.
Absolutely.
And all you lovely people.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
You've submitted many Freak of the Week submissions, and I appreciate them very much because they bring color to the world. Thank you for being so autistic.
Well, I would say I try, but no, it's a feature.
Yes, not a bug. Yes.
Anyway, I salute you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Danielle. I appreciate it. And she's gone, I suppose. That's like, in movies. I had this conversation on Twitter the other day. In movies where they just hang up on each other, they don't say goodbye. Danielle, I am insulted, but I also kind of respect it. As a filmmaker myself, I'm like, maybe she's filming a movie right now, and this is just all part of it. I'm down for that.
She's Delaware, man. She's East Coast. We don't have time for that shit. No, what's up? Later.
She's got rallies to attend.
Hell yeah.
So, CD, you were talking, I'm pretty sure.
I was just what
it's all good.
happens the day after. I know, I'm sorry, my mic is so bad. And Joey, just for Joey's comment, I had a mic, but Jukes broke, so I don't have a mic anymore.
Yes, let's crowdsource a microphone for CD. If we
Aren't you in the Swampcast house? Don't those guys they're like 100 episodes deep? There's not a microphone there?
Right.
Duke's broke. It like I was he was like
good.
he was
Okay.
like, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I had this phenomenal mic and it's not working anymore. So
Here's the deal. If we get 10 people in the Downers Club to sign up for 10 people, new people to sign up for the Downers Club at the $5 level or more, we will get CD a microphone. You guys got to stay. I mean, it's the honor system. You got to stay so I get a little bit out of this. And you'll enjoy it, I assure you. But we will buy CD a microphone, and she'll come on the show more often because her audio won't suck balls.
sorry. I'm just saying, I just want to reiterate.
But you look great.
Oh, well, you're
That's
so sweet. It is really hard to do makeup in Central Florida, for the record. It's really hot all the time. All the time.
And look who's back.
Can we hear her? Sharon?
Can you hear me now?
Hey,
Hello?
Yay! There it is. There it is.
Shut up, silly woman.
Isn't this better than the news, Daniel? Isn't this
Yes.
better than where the fuck you spent 30 minutes?
Yes, it is. And yes, I had plans for tonight. I already canceled them because I'm like, this goes where it goes at this point.
I just got this from the husband. I'm like,
Nah.
But Daniel, I want to note that this banner I had to print out and cut out
That's
and
awesome.
glitter. Yeah.
It was never a phase.
Yeah. This took a lot of time and effort. I just want you to
It's true. You hear that, Dad? It wasn't. Now I'm making a living off of being a weirdo. Now we got drunk wine moms coming on my show and celebrating my birthday with black balloons and talking about things that you don't even understand. You don't get it, Mom. You don't get it.
No. No one gets it.
She really doesn't, and I love her. It's fine.
Who doesn't get it? I get
That's
it.
why. That's
No,
why you gotta find your
I was
community,
talking
man.
to my actual
Take
mother
it.
who might hear this because she sometimes listens. Yes, I'm not saying you don't get it like you don't get it because you're not smart enough. I'm saying I understand that you don't get it, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine that you don't get it.
Don't worry.
All the time. Your mom jumps in and she supports what you do. She probably isn't very proud.
Thanks, Sharon.
She's not proud of you. She's not proud of you. She's proud of us. It's fine. Thank you.
Little did I know that Sharon's like DMing my mom, and my mom's like giving her all the actual shit. Like, nah, we're kind of worried about his orientation at this point. I mean, the world's gone gay. I don't know.
Wait. She's here. She's here. Hi, Mom. Hi, Smotz Mom. Hi. We love you.
Guys, that's Mama Smotz. She
Oh, Orange Cats.
She made that, and yay, good job.
Don't worry, Dan. We're gonna start the emo state project, and the catchphrase will be "It was never a phase," and it's gonna be a.
I'm coming. Can we start it in Mexico? Can we please?
Mama Smotz asterisk might not approve or like a lot of what her kids say or do, but she's very supportive. So,
Amen.
he wouldn't be doing this if he didn't, have the guidance of his VeggieTales mommy and dad.
Shut up,
First of all,
silly woman.
Aw,
she has grandkids.
She's proud.
She has grandchildren to take care of. She doesn't care about him.
Oh, and she's totally cooler with the grandkids than she was with, with 1, 2, and 3 Smotz asterisk. So that's all.
All right, that's
matters.
enough. That's enough.
She spoils them. She probably gets away with, lets them get away with anything. So that's
As every grandmother does. It's called getting wiser with age, and I respect it.
My 7-year-old texts my mom to tell her about my parenting infractions. So, there's
Nice.
that.
I mean, your 7-year-old was probably right.
Whatever. Smart
Me,
thoughts.
send little Elle my number, and she can let me know if there's anything troubling. I'll contact your mother for her and let her know.
But Joey Two Guns, he's a little disappointed that you have not like done anything with Smotz Tots. So I figure Lana, little Elle, could be like the Smotz Tots.
She can be the founder of Smotz Tots. Yeah. That's I'm down. Yeah, I've thought about doing like I don't know, like maybe having my kids come on sometime and like having conversation, like child appropriate conversations with children about liberty and stuff like that, and having guests on to share stuff with them and making something out of that. And I know Shade and Hazel talked about that, and I had similar thoughts before that, so I'm not entirely ripping them off, but kind of. And it's all just thoughts, but stuff that we could very well use in the liberty culture of just like, the Tuttle Twins are blowing up right now because we have nothing for kids. Like, we have nothing for normie adults, let alone nothing for kids. We need more people like Connor Boyack, who's like passionate about a thing. I'm sure he didn't think it would become this culture phenomenon that Tuttle Twins has, but now they're making like games and older teen books and stuff like that, like just making their brand. They're not like a part of, I don't know if he's a Libertarian Party member or anything. He's just pushing the message and utilizing his passion to do that. We need more of that. And I've thought about doing some kid stuff. What?
Ripaverse, I'm excited that my 7-year-old she chose which cover she wanted from Eric July's Ripaverse, and that's like the comics. This is like the first comics that she's really been exposed to, so I'm actually kind of proud. It's like one of those, like, it's just starting, but what did we get her? She chose it, she wanted to read it. Of course she chose the girl and the girl superhero, and I made sure to buy multiple
she's super
copies.
woke.
She has one copy, and then I went ahead and bought like the other copies that we won't touch, but I actually bought her, a poster that she wanted. She got to do the whole process of choosing, and I don't think people understand how big this is for, I don't even think Eric July thought this was going to happen the way it did. So I feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We just have to,
Eric July raised more money off of making art than, I mean, any libertarian, like, not even knocking any of them, but like than the Libertarian Party is capable of doing. He made that just by making art. Now imagine if we were like pushing art in the culture, pushing art in the movement and the party and stuff like that. Like, we could not only change the culture, but we could be making bank. And Eric July has proved that. And he's not even like an outspoken like Libertarian Party, whatever, he doesn't get involved in the politics that much. He's just real and doing his own thing and made bank off of it. Good on him.
I want to go back to how I feel like, for me, I think it was COVID. It was the election of that year. I don't want to nuke the channel. That I was like, you know what?
You'd have to try. Dave is the only one that can do that. Maybe Jack.
Federal. I don't care about federal. I'm going to primarily deal with obviously local, state, and I really don't care what goes on in Washington. Last night, I didn't watch that address. I just was like, whatever, like I would rather sleep or something else, but it just doesn't faze me anymore. I don't care who's in the White House. Like, no one in the White House is going to be able to do whatever we want them to do. So everyone who thinks that DeSantis is going to be the next president, he has 3 young children. So that's if he doesn't do what the deep state wants him to do, he's got 3 kids and a wife that they can use to get him to do what they want him to do.
That guy was born in the deep state. He's as deep state as it gets.
If it wasn't for COVID, nobody would know DeSantis' name. Like, we don't have it. Like, people outside of Florida have no clue about any of his other like policies or positions or anything. Just, you were right on COVID, so you're good. You're Ron Paul, basically. But before we go on, I do want to say, Dave Casey, I know you got to leave because you texted me, and I appreciate you very much. Thanks for
thank you, Dave.
putting up with these awful people that ruined the show because you helped them do it.
Listen, this is what it's all, literally what you just said, dude, and this is kind of what it's all about. Let me put a nice bow on it. Like, this is your community. You know what I mean? This is beautiful. It's awesome. I'm lucky to be here and kind of found my way inside of it. And this is what you got to do, and we got to work together. And yeah, these people are going to come at us, man. So we have to like find the real ones, count on people, have faith in some people, put some trust in a few of them that prove themselves to you.
Yeah.
You know, and let's write our own story, because these Crowders and these Shapiros can all eat shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's write the story, and let's fucking have fun doing it. That's all I gotta say. And follow my YouTube channel because I got weak numbers there.
Real
Check them
quick,
out.
pause for a second. Whoever just called in, I didn't want to cut Dave off there, but I'm going to come off here and tell you, call back in a couple of minutes, because I want to give Dave his time to plug all of his shit and go be with his lady.
Nope, that's it. I'm gonna go and I'll listen to the rest on the road, and get to the caller, man. Have fun tonight. This was a great show. I love the energy, and you guys are awesome. Embrace your community.
We love you, Dave. We love you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Dave.
so much for Mom.
Thanks for
Thank you so much for helping us with this. Like, I know the three of us, the four of us, like, Dan, we
he's
just
worth
love
it.
you.
He's worth
You're
it, man.
so worth it.
Not
Just know, like,
surprised.
all of it, like, we just support you. We support everything you do. And I know Dave, I speak for Dave. I speak for all of us. I speak for the whole Downers Club. When, like, you're a hero, whether you know it or not. Whether you
Okay.
know, Mom, shut up. And Mom and Dave, we just Dave, not Dave, Dan. I mean Dave too.
Whoever,
Dan, we just
everybody.
we're just thankful you were born, and we're real thankful you're here with us on this timeline, and you're able to contribute your talents, your incredible talent, to what we're doing. And without you, without your videos, without this podcast, you're a big reason I'm here, and like vocal,
don't
and like
underestimate
willing to
that,
show
kid.
my face, because I wasn't, and
It's a
I was
pretty
just gonna be. Oh well, you're so sweet, but I didn't want to show my face. I never wanted to be that person. It's just not who I am. But like you said it's okay, and I should, so I did. And like without you and your support, and you may look at me and say without your support, but without your support, Daniel, a lot of us wouldn't have the courage to be here.
When she says
Just know
that, Dan, you need to understand that she probably wouldn't be in Florida right now if it
I
wasn't
love you
for
guys. I have to go.
Bye, Dave.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Sorry, Dave.
Bye.
Thank you
Love you,
again.
Dave.
Thank you.
Keep the love fest going right now. Peace. Love you.
So yeah,
So-
like I'm not getting all that mushy. Fuck that shit. I like you.
Well, I will 100%, because I've been, my year has been tumultuous, and without Dave's support in what I
Dan?
would like for the Liberty Movement to be,
She's
I
out
don't
of
know
here.
if
I'm not. I'm
Me
certainly
too.
not going to cut you off. I appreciate it very much, and we are long into this, much longer than I. And this was supposed to be a short episode. I didn't even have an after party set up for the specific reason that I didn't have anything to talk about. So thank you guys for not only filling in the gaps, but giving me like way more time than I intended to. But yes, CD, thank you very much. That means a lot. Really does. Sharon, what were you gonna say?
I forgot.
It's all right. We're drinking. We're hanging.
Is what that is.
Say something. When I
Drinking
see,
and
like,
hanging.
listen, when I see when the younger libertarians actually doing what they need to be doing within their community and not on Twitter shit posting, I'm all about shit posting, but like let's get into the communities and do what we have to do. And that's what we're trying to do here in Bay County in Panama City, Florida. But like Patrick, he is like in the middle of a busy season. He's an accountant. He works with numbers. He does math, all that. But he actually went yesterday to Moms for Liberty, which is a mostly Republican, conservative group. And it was about homeschooling. I couldn't go. He went, and it was like, he's 31. I can't remember. He's young. Like he's 31 or 32. He's not married, doesn't have kids, but he took the interest to go and to be part of this whatever, this talk yesterday because he wanted to find out the alternatives to public school. So I just wanted to give Patrick a shout out because he does do a lot. He super chatted for me to, join them in like Josh Smith's one of his podcasts. So like, I wouldn't probably have joined up with the Bay County party LP if it wasn't for that super chat where I kept like kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then he's like, hey, have Shannon, contact me. So that's been almost a year now. And we're trying to get into the communities. And all I can say is get into the communities, just focus on your community and see what you can do. Like, even if it's just a day or two, we have these young libertarians who don't have families, who do not have children, but yet they're showing up to events like a Moms for Liberty to help out and see what are the Republicans doing. Like, Moms for Liberty is a huge thing. Like, why can't we do something like that? So we're trying to do something more like that. And so I don't know. I just wanted to say, I love the spirit that Patrick, he actually inspires me to want to actually like see what I can do because my background is child development and education. And because of autism and, my children have autism, I've become an autism advocate. I don't wear yoga pants all the time, but like I still care.
Disqualified.
So, like,
We're not stopping you from it though, if you want. I mean, that's fine. No, I don't think I'll complain.
I want to chime in for a second and say, I'll say, yes, Patrick, he's from what I know about him, he's an awesome guy. I don't know much about him. I know that he's in my chats every single episode, so that makes him an upstanding gentleman, but also probably he's a stay-at-home dad if he's watching my show during the day. But that I digress. Patrick is an awesome guy from what I've seen, and I want to give a shout out to Patrick and to everybody who is going out and doing the work. Like, we need to build the culture. We need to make the art. I stress that a lot, but we also do need to do the work. If you're passionate about doing the knocking on doors and the signing petitions and stuff, absolutely, you're the people that were made for that. I'm not the person that was made for that. I'm the person that's made to do this, and I hope that this brings value to your life as well. So, Justin, in the chats, I give a shout out to you too. He says, y'all haven't seen real shit posting yet. Okay. By all means, please. I welcome it. I love you, Justin. I love the whole thing. I love your bombasticness, and I love the people. I know that Justin's gone out, knocked on doors, done the footwork. I haven't done that. I'm not that person. But we all have something that we were made for. We all have something to contribute to this, and pretending like because somebody else is doing the thing that they're passionate about. And I'm not meaning this at Justin. Just like in general, the liberty movement. It's like we need to grasp this idea that just because you're not running for politics, or just because you're not knocking on doors, or just because you're not making the podcast, or just because you're not making the art, if you're doing the thing that is real to you and you're doing the thing that you're passionate about, then you're on the right track. And that's really what we need more than people pretending to be politicians or artists or whatever, when that's clearly when the rubber meets the road, that's not what they're made for. Like, if you're not made for that, that's perfectly fine. There's no moral good to making art. There's no moral good to knocking on doors. There's good to both, and we need to work together to make this a body and a community that actually thrives together rather than tearing each other down. So that's my thought.
Fake super chat. Can you do fake super chat from Joey Two Guns?
CD, I think you're muted.
She is.
JackCaseyBooks.com. On that note, JackCaseyBooks.com.
Yes. Build the gay weird culture of liberty with me.
JackCaseyBooks.com. Okay, just go buy it. You buy all kinds of dumb shit all the time. Buy JackCasey.com. All of them. Buy all of them. Buy them all. I love any opportunity I can to push JackCaseyBooks.com. Jack Casey Books. Okay, just so you know, that's EY.com.
Thank you.
I love you, Jack Casey. I love you. I love your books. I love you. I love you. I love you. As a fellow bartender to another bartender, I love you.
Hey, all right. Yeah.
Worlds collide.
I would tip you $20 if you made my drink shit. I would tip you $20.
I'm gonna buy DaveCaseyBooks.com and just have it linked to JackCaseyBooks.com just for the random absurdity of it, because that's my character.
Dave Casey Books. Yes.
What?
Yes.
I would just like to say that I feel like having us on, Dan, has increased your viewership, so you're welcome.
Obviously, yeah. Word gets around.
Okay.
It's our feminine wild.
Mom was gonna address the super chat.
What's
Go
the super
for
chat?
it. Go
Fake
ahead.
super chat. Who?
Joey.
From Joey.
CDs? This one?
Yep.
CD for VC needs to be a thing for the LPF thing in the LPF.
You nominate me from the floor. You nominate me from the floor. I'll be there. You know I'll be there. If you nominate me from the floor,
Hey, I'm not a Floridian. Your party is your problems. If you want to bring that toxicity into your party, then so be it. I might be there though, and I might rally the fuck out of it for her if I happen to be there. But yes, if somebody wanted to do that, I can't speak on it because I'm in Illinois. But if I was there, hypothetically, yes, I'd rally for her.
I would be the controversial figure who attends the rally, then they try to cancel it for her, and then it would.
LPF Con, we're having our convention in Florida in April. So we're going to have Maj. We're going to have who else? Hold on a second. I gotta cheat.
Okay, while she says that, while she looks it up, I'll say this. If I was voted in, I understand the responsibility of VC. And I would take it on, no problem. And if Josh, who I believe will be the chair of LPF in 2023, if he trusts me enough to help him, I'd be his vice, no problem. Because I trust Josh, and if Josh trusts me, I think we would have a great trust. And I've fundraised before. I know what it takes, and he knows that I know what it takes. So if you guys, if y'all want that, again, this is your smoke if you elect it.
I dig it. I like it. And I would love to keep the party going. If you guys want to jump over to the after party, we can get real deep into the weeds.
Go.
We can.
I just drink a whole bottle of champagne for your birthday. Let's go.
I would. I have to go run to my job. And
Jack, don't leave me with these people. Jack, no. Jack, come on.
I saw your black shirt, and I knew, I was like, poor baby has to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to do my most emo shirt somehow also and get ready for work. So
certainly. Sharon, are you down to hang?
Yeah, I can do that.
We can set it up and we'll hang for a bit in the after party. But thank you guys all for whatever the fuck this was.
Jack,
I do very much appreciate it.
Thank y'all for plotting it and including me.
Jack, you know, I don't have to say it again. You know, I love you. I love you so much. And I root for you and your wife all the time. I pray for you guys all the time, for your success, for your happiness. And just like, don't move to Florida. Move
I love
to
y'all
New
too.
Hampshire.
You're great. Yeah,
So
no,
we can
yeah. We'll make drinks for each other. We'll
I'll make you. I will make you. Look at me. I will make you the best fucking old fashioned you've ever drank in your entire.
An old fashioned off? Are we gonna have an old fashioned off?
CD is getting aggressive. I think it's time to jump over to the after party. If you guys want to see CD get aggressive, she might not if Jack Case is not there. But Jack, tell everybody what bar they can find you at, or possibly where they can find all your gay books.
I definitely won't dox myself just yet, but I will say I live in Washington State. That's as much as you're getting. Washington State. No, you guys know the things. I think I've been plugged very thoroughly. Yeah. Dan, I love you, man. Happy fucking birthday. We said all the mushy things last night. We're good.
Yeah. I've talked to you more than I care to in the last 24 hours. So
there's already been a lot of Jack Casey for you in a short period of time.
The expiration date has come. Thank you, Jack. I love you, man.
I love you guys. Thank you for everything you said. This is great.
See you, man.
We're gonna heal this party and movement via books, weird gay books that make everyone laugh and
that's right,
make fun of themselves.
Amen.
That's the
And
goal.
also with you.
Yes. All right, bye, y'all.
All right. Do either of you, before we jump over into the tipsy after party? Well, we're gonna take a break after, certainly in between, but we can set it
I
up and
gotta
keep
smoke
going.
so bad.
That's fine. But do either of you have anything that you want to shout out? Any Florida things or anything that you want to promote before we wrap it up?
So in Duval County on February 25th, we will have 3 candidates, libertarian candidates, there to speak, as well as Chase and Larry Sharp. So Chase from Georgia that ran for Senate, and Larry Sharp, you guys know, of New York. He's invited to speak. And then we will have 3 local candidates there. It's going to be at the Veterans, help me out, Mom. It's like the Veterans Craft Brewery.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Okay, and
together they make one promotion.
Okay, first of all, I had to like DM DL and be like, "Hey man, you don't have the location of this event." But like, yeah, so it's at like this brewery in Jacksonville, and it should be a really good time. It should be a great time, and we're going to be able to, like I said, speak to different people and local candidates about so February 25th, Veterans Something Brewery, Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, so
take 2.
Patrick, who's like 31, but like very smart and wise.
We know. We heard all about Patrick and how awesome he is.
So he was like, he made me think about the fact that we've got like these homies in Jacksonville. We've got Ronald Tracy. He has been between working his day job and then he goes and he grinds and he's like in the streets. He's fixing potholes, Dan. He's fixing fucking roads. Like he's doing
roads.
He's that exactly. Like he's like
he is the answer to but my roads.
So there's so many of those guys, DL's there. Jacksonville is huge. The problem is we need to focus. Like, so I'm in North Florida and I have supported Ron. I've given, I've donated, I have shared, I've done what I can from here, and he's doing amazing work. So has Tub. Like there's so many of them that are trying to do what they need to do in Jacksonville. So it's like Patrick said, we need to kind of focus in on Jacksonville and kind of rally behind them. And he's right. Like the difference between us and Republicans, like, we kind of, if Republicans were like, oh, we're good, we don't have to worry about our area, we don't have to like go out and talk to people, we're good. Well, libertarians don't have that. We don't have like X amount of people in the state who are going to be like, oh, in a local area that are like, oh, we're good. Like a DeSantis, if DeSantis, was like running whatever, and you're like, oh, I don't have to worry about that, he's going to win. Well, we have to worry about Jacksonville because we're libertarians and there's not that many of us in Florida. So even if you're in a Panama City or if you're in Miami, you still need to back your brothers in Jacksonville. And that's the thing. Like when Patrick said it the other day, he said something to me and I was like, you know what? It hit me like I have been supporting as best as I can, but is someone else doing as best as they can to support our neighboring counties and our neighboring cities? Because it's Jacksonville and Florida, coming from Miami, I dealt with Miami and I didn't want to deal with anybody else. Like it was a lot. But when you're looking at the bigger picture, like a rally that we're going to that we shouldn't be going to, or whatever, like I think it's lost on us that why are we not putting our support behind Jacksonville and the Ron Tracy's who are filling potholes and they're going door to door and they're like, hey, what can I do for you? What can I do to make your lives better? So I feel like we have to do better with looking locally, but even maybe going so many counties over and being like, I need to support this person. And I know that CD is probably going, is it February 25th? I cannot go because I have to be selective right now with my schedule and I'm trying to get to LPF Con. So I hate that I can't be
This
there
is
with you guys.
this is gonna be this is a real event. Like that. Like she's
Go ahead.
right. Like they can't. Like this is going to be real, and they've rented out like most of the brewery for us to be at. So like, and this will be post anti-war rally. So I'm really interested to see like the turnout, like, and maybe there were people who were inspired by the anti-war rally to be there.
What?
Joey
Inspired
Fuga
to be pedo apologists and pro-war enthusiasts?
Take
Oh my
Joey
God,
Fuga-
we just spent how many hours doing this? I can't do it again.
No, but I feel like so. What I like the fact that, you know, I like what New Hampshire's doing. I didn't want to like jump in. I was muted anyway because Dan put me on mute.
I did
But
not.
whatever.
I should have, but I didn't.
But whatever. But no, like we need. It's cool that if anything, I've met a Dave Casey. I've met a Jack Casey who's across, or Angela McCardle who used to be in California but now, you know, is in the Central. We all have made connections to where like if shit goes down, we have somewhere else that we can go and retreat. Like we can't just focus on one area. I think it's great, but like I feel like, you know, you're kind of close to a country that could kind of come in and invade you if our whatever country said like we need to invade this little tiny New Hampshire state. Like why not try to build up throughout the whole, like across our states and just see what happens? Like if it doesn't work out in New Hampshire, we're not going to be dicks. We're going to be like, hey, come down here. We're here. Welcome. But the way that they've been, like they're the best and their shit doesn't stink, like it sucks. Like I like all of them.
Let's save some of it. Let's save some of it for the after party because CD has to pee and I also have to do that. So let's wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome and I love you guys. And we'll talk to you on the other side. Just stay on the line and we'll be right back. And to all of you, thank you for sticking around. If anybody's still here, God bless you, because it's been a bit, and this was supposed to be a short episode, but as is the theme around here, whenever I say it's going to be a short episode, the more I know that it's going to be a short episode, the longer it goes. And in some cases, that's perfectly fine because we're just being real and we're hanging out. If you want to hang out with us, your family, come on over to the Downers Club and you can pay to be family. It's only $1 if you want to jump in right now and keep this party going. But patreon.com/the system is down. Thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you especially to my family for hanging out tonight. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the other side. Till then, question everything until whenever. Wherever we meet again. Question everything. Stay comfortable. I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe on your way out and help us change the world one uncomfortable conversation at a time. And if you like what you hear and you want to hear more, go join the Downers Club at patreon.com/the system is down for bonus episodes of the show every single week. Until next time, please continue to question everything, stay uncomfortable, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks.
This has been a Goulash Media production. goulashmedia.net.
This concludes our broadcast day. Click.